And when we ship the game, not everything will be possible, but this is a game I think we're going to be making for quite a while, you know, even after it comes out.
What's going on, Cobros? You have landed on Cobra TV, the only galactic radio station in the Euclid Galaxy.
You have these people that are going to be able to buy this game on Xbox, and they are being actively driven away by people who haven't played this game in the last year. They're going off of this whole idea that, like, Sean Murray lied in 2016, and they're still using that to steer people away from No Man's Sky. And it's an unfair criticism. We have to be louder than the people that are talking about 2016 and driving away potential, you know, new members of our community in the Xbox crowd for something that, one, wasn't true then and is especially no longer true.
Good evening, travelers, interlopers, traders, and farmers, explorers, bounty hunters, pirates, and you strange glowing entities out there. Viking, Korvac, and Gek, may the Atlas allow my voice to fall upon every strange ear, and that this space transmission reaches every galaxy and dimension. Tonight, we are broadcasting from the Euclid Galaxy, somewhere deep in space. This is a late night show with Cobra TV. Call in tonight and let's make contact. What is going on tonight, guys? Thank you so much for coming back to Cobra TV. This is the live broadcast, the Subcast, our weekly Tuesday late night Subcast, where we get into the conspiracy theories behind No Man's Sky, the conspiracy theories behind behind the Xbox One release, and behind the Tencent Wii game release. This is big news. And tonight we are going to be going in depth and talking about what I feel, how I feel about this Xbox and Wii game release and what it means to the game, what I think it could possibly mean to the game, or I could be entirely wrong. Just something seems strange. And I want to talk about that. And when I mean strange in possibly a good way. I want to give a shout out to Marky Mark, You Are Godsmack, Cuzwalt, Danny, and Drifting Pirate. Oh my God, what's up, bro? Oh, Cuzwalt. Oh my God, thank you so much for the donation, bro. You are a Cobro. Hashtag Cuzwalt in the chat. What an amazing Cobro, dude. Thank you so freaking much, man. Hashtag Cuz there. What a Cobro, buddy. okay, so we're going to be talking about, this Xbox release and the Wii game release and what I think it means to me and to the game. And this could be a little strange, a little bit of a strange explanation that I want to give. But I got to say this. I sleep really easy because I'm always too tired. But there's always that 5 or 10 minute buffer right before you fall asleep when you hit the bed. I think I need to start being shot with tranquilizers so I immediately fall asleep. And the reason why I say that is because my mind is the most imaginative within those 5 to 10 minutes before I go to sleep. Oh, we got a donation from Laika. Oh my God, you guys and your names. Laika. Thank you so much. Hashtag Laika in the chat. I don't know if you're. Don't take this the wrong way. I don't know if you're a Cobra or a Cobret. I'm not sure. That's Laika. He has been father. What's up? Oh, he's been father. What? Oh, hey. What was I talking about? Hashtag Laika in the chat, guys. What was I talking about? I've completely lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, going to sleep. So that 5 to 10 minutes is my most imaginative time, and I go absolutely insane with my thoughts. So yes, if maybe I should train somebody in this house to shoot me with a elephant tranquilizer or something like that. Just put me right down, because that's where I come up with the thing that I want to talk about on today's show. Now, I before we begin, and before there's going to be a lot of talk about what's negative in the topic of No Man's Sky, and the reason why is because that is very telling to what next is. Okay, that to understand the negativity, the current. Not just the past, not just 2016 and beyond, but the current negativity right now. Cobra, okay, Laika, I'm sorry. Oh, you know what? We got some kind of green screen effect on this chat. I'm gonna have to fix it here in a second. We've got Alan Poe. Thank you so much, and I can't read it. Hold on. Let me try and fix this weird. I don't know what's going on here. Where is the chat log? I'm going to see if I can get, let's see. There we go. Got that off of there. And I heard the leaked release date for Xbox One was June 29th. Would make sense to give us the update before, then to build up the anticipation for Xbox One owners. I agree, and I heard that, and that's really, really interesting. June 29th does not seem like it's a placeholder date because it's not the end of the month. So that's a possibility. That is a super, super possibility. I really hope that's true because, again, talking about the negativity, showing the possible release date for No Man's Sky June 29th. Yeah, it's IGN. It's all over the place. And that's kind of strange with the street date that was announced by GameStop for July 24th. But June 29th, I hope that's true. Hello, Cobras. What's up, Cobra? This Captain Money Baker. What's going on, buddy? Twisted Gift. Or Twisted... Twisted Gift. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into this, guys. We're going to take some callers. But like I said, the current negative outlook about this game is very telling to how this game, why this. Okay, I'm going to explain more. But I'm not bringing up negative just to be negative. I know we should all be positive, and yes, we should. And I am very positive, but. It's part of the story. It's part of discussing the update. It's part of discussing the launch of Xbox and the launch of Tencent Wii games. Is part of that discussion because it is it's part of that package. So all right, let's go ahead and get into this. So this is going to be I don't even know how I'm going to rearrange my thoughts here. But first, I want to go ahead and welcome you guys back to Cobra TV, man. Thank you so much for coming back. And thank you to Patreon supporters over on Patreon who are doing amazing things for this channel, helping us buy equipment and funding possibly for the No Man's Sky Con and things like that. The guys over there on Patreon are doing an amazing thing. And subscribers here on the YouTube channel, the best way to support this channel is by hitting that subscribe button and that notification bell. Subscribing twice, as YouTube wants you to do. But thank you so much for doing that. You guys are Cobras for sure, and everyone who donates through the super chat here is also amazing as well. So thank you to everyone. I just wanted to stop and say thank you first and foremost. Let's see. So, oh yes, I also remember, I'm going to be saying this a lot. I want to remind everybody to subscribe to everyone that is in the chat. Okay, to subscribe to everyone. Remember, this is not a network here, but we are what I like to consider us a constellation. Let's connect with each other and let's spread out and let's connect those dots and become a constellation. So if somebody wants to be subscribed to in the chat because they stream No Man's Sky content or something else, let's support our fellow travelers and reach out and subscribe to each other and become a constellation. The other thing I would like to bring up before we get started here is we got the new Traveler and the Book of the Galaxy episode up, and I'm really hyped about that episode. That episode meant a lot to me. Has one of my favorite moments in No Man's Sky in that video. So check out the Traveler and the Book of the Galaxy. It's a really cool show, man, that I really like doing, man. I actually enjoy making that show, and it's kind of modeled after a fantasy show that I used to watch back in the 1980s. It's got a heavy influence of that show. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head, but if I remember, I will definitely let you guys know what that is. Geeky, the Geeky Pikachu. Sorry, buddy. Probably time. Just donated to the channel. Thank you, buddy. You're a Cobra. Hashtag the Geeky Pikachu. Hashtag the Geeky. Gosh, I can't say that. Hashtag Snow Obsidian in the chat. It's probably time that I make a donation. Thank you so much, man. Hashtag that dude. He is a Cobra. What was I talking about? The Traveler and the Book of the Galaxy. Check it out if you guys haven't. This is the last one that I uploaded. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into this. Let's get into this. Let's dig deep into this event here. Trying to put the my notepad up here so I'm not blocking the chat. This is good. We'll put it right here. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about this this thing that is going on. Okay, I'm going to say it right now. This is bigger. This event right now that we're getting ready to go through with Xbox, Next, and Tencent Wii Games is bigger than I think myself and anybody else is actually considering. It's way bigger than we're actually considering. And this has been one of the strangest journeys of a game that I have ever witnessed. The strangest journey from the very start, you know, VGX, the attitude from the actor, the awkwardness from Sean Murray, the presentation of this amazing game, and this actor, whoever this guy was, you know, just putting Sean Murray down, just being a total douchebag, whether he's trying to be funny or not. It was an awkward presentation, to say the very least. And but from that moment on at VGX, it polarized the industry. So this is the strangest journey of a game I've ever seen, you know, from the VGX and everything. The when you know, when it was announced at the VGX, it really did polarize the industry. And but yet throughout its development, throughout the entire time that I talked about No Man's Sky, I could not find a single person in real life who knew about the game No Man's Sky. I could not find a single person in real life outside of the internet and in the real outside, I could not find one person who knew what No Man's Sky was. Not one person. And but yet people say that it was the most hyped game ever. Now, I will agree that within the circle of people that were following No Man's Sky, yeah, we were pretty hyped. We were all pretty hyped, weren't we? But to say it was the most hyped game ever would have to be known by everybody that's even the casual gamer would have known what No Man's Sky was. But yet, I couldn't find a single person in real life that knew what this game was. Ever heard of it? Never. And I even proved that to people by going on Omegle. I got the video on my YouTube channel somewhere. It's down there. It's down there deep. It's down there in the cellar of Cobra TV, where I went on to, I think it was Omegle. Don't do that. Don't do that ever again, Cobra. Don't. But everybody out there also, good advice, do not do that. Do not do what I did. But I did. I took one for the team, and I went to Omegle, and I asked people, you know, I came to a stranger, and I said, hey, do you game at all? And do you play any video games? And the ones that were willing to talk, they would say, yeah, I do. What's up? And I'm like, okay, well, real quick, and then you can next me. I said, next. I said, real quick, and then you can next me. Have you heard of a game called No Man's Sky? Every single person that I talked to, and I uploaded this. I uploaded it. Every single person I talked to said no, they'd never heard of it. And it was pretty cool because I made some interesting friends by doing that, because they started following the YouTube channel and got, you know, caught up to speed on what No Man's Sky was, and they were very interested. But most hyped game ever? No, not buying it, dude. I'm not buying it. Before the game came out, though, there were two groups of people. Those that wanted this game and those that talked out against it, waiting to pounce on it as soon as it came out, shouting that it's going to be boring. It's not possible. Procedural isn't art. It's going to be the same copy and paste and add different colors and so on. Too many people's minds were made up. They were already made up before it even played, or before even playing it. And so you had, I think there was more people that were talking out against it than there were people that were interested in it back then. And so, yeah, like I said, too many people's minds were made up, and before even playing the game. And look, I'm not bringing up this negative stuff for no reason. There's a reason. The past and current negativity can tell us a lot about this new update. And I don't, like I said before, I don't think that we understand the significance of this event. This is not just an update. This is not just a PS4 update, not just a PC update. This is not Foundation. This is not Pathfinder. This is not even Atlas Rises. This is not just an update. This is an actual, real relaunch. And I've said that before. Especially with Atlas Rises. I've said that fundamentally changed the game. And I think without Next, it kind of, you know, relaunch is a bad word, but I would say almost overhaul, kind of, you know, just it felt like Atlas Rises was almost a period at the end of the sentence. But so let's break that down, what I mean. So let's forget the first launch. Let's forget about the PS4. Let's forget about Steam. Let's forget about this. Let's forget it ever even happened. Okay. This launch is just as big right now. This is a relaunch. This launch is just as big as the first one, if not even bigger. We Game. I was listening to Help Ya and got a lot of insight from Help Ya Collection. So big shout out to Help Ya. She broke down some of the numbers. We Game, 10-cent We Game, okay, has over 200 million consumers, 200 million players at their, you know, that's going to have No Man's Sky put down right in front of them. 200 million potential consumers for No Man's Sky. Xbox isn't an entire console. It's an entire console. It's like it was released on PS4 and Steam. Now it's being released on Xbox and Wii Game, and Wii Game has, I guess, a hell of a lot more players than Steam. This relaunch it's the same size, if not bigger, than the first time around. Now, we all know what happened. Even though we all love this game so much, that's why we're here. That's why we've been here for almost 2 years. That's why we do this subcast every week, sometimes twice a week, sometimes 4 times a week. But we all know the reasons for the backlash. We all know, okay? And if we're honest, we can see some of those reasons. But what people do not understand and what people choose to ignore to this very day, and if you listen to the beginning of this video, I put on there that Sean Murray said that not everything is going to be possible when the game ships, but they think they're going to be, they feel like they're going to be working on this game for a long time, even after it launches. Okay, so all those live videos just they're all void. They don't mean anything. But if we can be honest, at this point in the current state, animals, well, they're same-ish, right? I mean, they definitely have a little bit of samey-ish feelings and tones to them. We do get new ones on occasion. I just uploaded the Traveler in the Book of the Galaxy, and I saw an animal I've never seen before, and I totally nerded out with this animal, and I wanted to kidnap it. Excuse me. And we all know about the center, right? We all know about what happens at the center. We all know the people, what people say about the center. We all know the drama that people are complaining about the center. And we all know about orbiting planets and such. Those are complaints that people have, although they don't bother me a single bit. I've been playing this game for 2 years, and I've been having a blast. Almost 2 years. I've been talking about this game for even longer. But the reason why I'm bringing up those specific things is because, and this is strange, this is where I start going into my conspirial mind, if that's even a word. Conspirial? I don't know. But yet, the same text and description is being used by 505 Games to advertise this game as the text and description that was used at the first launch. The text and description that is used by the No Man Lie people and used by all the negative voices out there. It's the same text and description that they use against Hello Games. It's the same text and description that they use against us as players of No Man's Sky. And I've noticed a surge in people coming to my channel and talking smack again. So, okay, let me go ahead. I'm going to put on the screen 505 Games. Now, the reason why I'm putting this up here is because this is interesting. This is going to give us insight, I believe, to the current situation, No Man's Sky, everything that's going on with Next and everything. So it reads on here, No Man's Sky is an epic science fiction adventure set across an infinite universe in which every star and is the light of a distant sun, each orbited by planets, filled with life. And you could go to any of them you choose. In this infinite procedurally generated universe, you'll discover places and creatures that no other players have ever seen, and perhaps never will again. A mystery lies at the center of the galaxy, an irresistible pulse that draws you to an epic voyage to discover the true nature of the cosmos. Your journey will be charged with danger, encountering hostile creatures and fierce pirates. In order to survive, you will need to prepare upgrading your ship, suit, and weapons. Whether you choose to fight, trade, or explore, every decision you make has consequences, shaping your journey as you travel ever deeper into No Man's Sky. Now, here's where I'm getting closer and closer to my point. Okay, so No Man's Sky today it's much broader than the game that was bought at launch. All right, it's different. It's a lot different. But the things that are mentioned in that text to sell this game on 505 Games are still able to be, sorry for my language, bitched about by some of these people who are still crying. Right? Those things are still issues. The animals sounds, the center of the galaxy, the orbiting planets are still the ones that these No Man's Sky haters throw in our faces and throw in the faces of Hello Games. And that is being sold, that is being used to sell the game on 505 Games. No Man's Sky is our dream game. Nothing exists like it right now. To me, this game is perfect. And I've defended that opinion for over a year and a half. I've defended my stance on No Man's Sky. Do I want more out of No Man's Sky? If they're willing to offer me more, then hell yes. Give me more. Heck yeah. And you know what? Hello Games is willing to offer more. We know Hello Games still wants to add more. Sean stated not everything would be there at launch, right? We all know that. So are we about to see his full dream realized? This is a huge launch. This is big, if not bigger than the first time around. This is a massive, massive launch. So what is next? You know, us PS4 players, you know, we're thinking of next as an update for PS4. You know, we're on this train of thought of PSVR. We're on this train of thought, you know, of us as a PS4 community, but we're not thinking about the fact that this game is going to be on 4 platforms. We're not thinking how big this launch is going to be with Xbox and Tencent Wii game. I don't know how this is going to go down, but this relaunch is going to be huge, massive. And it's either going to be a huge positive, or there's a chance to have that text thrown in Hello Games' face, that text to be thrown in our face all over again. All over again. No way would that happen again. Could it? Could it? Is 505 Microsoft... Would Microsoft want that drama that Sony got? I don't think so. And if they don't, then ask yourselves, why are they excited? Why is 505 Games so excited? I've even seen, and so is Panda, I've even seen 505 Games defending the title in some of the comment sections. The audience that's being targeted right now, especially for Xbox, the audience that's being targeted are people that think it already failed, people that think that there's buyer beware, don't buy No Man's Sky, buyer beware. And then there's a small amount of people that want to play it from the Xbox. So my point is, this has got to be big, a big deal for sure. If all known things about this game, the negatives included, and being relaunched in a massive scale on 2 big platforms to an audience that already knows the drama, they already know what happened, they could already see the game on YouTube as it is right now. And the text that I read earlier stated on 505games.com. What are we about to see? Huh? What are we about to see? I think to myself, it just seems too weird. I don't know if I'm getting my point across properly. I don't know if I'm talking correctly or not, but you know, I don't ever if explaining it properly. What I'm saying is everybody can see the game that's on YouTube right now, and the current topic is still the same stuff. Planets don't orbit. The center is just bullcrap. You know, the animals are all the same. It's a lie. It's no man's lie. It's crap. You know, look at the newest update. It's still not worth it. People are saying that all over the place, and I know what you guys are saying that you know, I can't see the chat at the moment, but I know that, you know, the game next, if it's great, it's going to speak for itself. But think about that for a second. All of you that enjoy playing No Man's Sky right now with Atlas Rises, how many times have you had to say to somebody in a chat or in a comment or somewhere in a video or something where you had to say, well, you should give it a shot now. Atlas Rises completely changed the game. How many times have you guys said that? I can't even count. I've lost count how many times I've had to say that. Have you? Have you guys had to say that? And if you have, then ask yourself if next is going to be a great update that's going to change the game. If Atlas Rises changed the game and nobody's listening, why would they listen with next? Think about it. So what I think that's going to bring us to another topic later on. But with next, this is not just an update. This is a relaunch. It's an actual launch. And that's not speculation. It's being launched. The launch this time around is the same size, if not bigger, than the first launch on PS4 and Steam. Think about that. Think about that, and think about the same text being used on 505 Games that people throw in our faces. Think about the fact that 505 Games, Microsoft, are excited about this game, knowing full well what Sony went through. Think about that. Yoshida even came out and had to say something about No Man's Sky. I don't think Microsoft would want that on their plate. They wouldn't want that egg on their face, especially right now when they're going through the same thing, which is a game that I think I'm going to try called Sea of Thieves. You know, I guess there's drama over Sea of Thieves right now, which I don't have an opinion on because I haven't played it. And from what I see, the same people that are crying about No Man's Sky are crying about Sea of Thieves. And if they're crying about Sea of Thieves, that might be a game I'm going to enjoy. That might be a game that's right up my alley, right for me. So I think I'm going to have to look into that. We're going to go ahead and take some callers, and then we're going to talk about something else later on. Guys, you know, with all the negativity and everything, I do have a little project for you. I'm going to go ahead and start a little project for everybody. And when we have the No Man's Sky Con, I'm not sure if I want to call it a con anymore. Maybe in No Man's Sky Bash, we'll still call it the Convergence. But I don't know yet. For some reason, I just can't get enough people excited about the No Man's Sky Con. And maybe it's just because it's going to be held over the internet. I don't know. But I got a little project for everybody. You see, I think what's going to hurt this relaunch is probably the same thing that is going to hurt the first launch, which Sony did not support the game in the fashion of advertising. Yes, they gave them the floor at E3, but they didn't give them a whole lot of advertising, you know, on the PSN. They didn't give them, you know, the PlayStation Store. They didn't give them a whole lot of advertising until the very end with commercials, with advertisements, actual advertisements, like the last month, maybe last 2 months. There wasn't a whole lot of advertisements, and I'm afraid that we're going to see the same thing here. I hope 505 Games is going to market the heck out of this game, advertise the heck out of this game. They've already shown that they're excited, and they got the advertisement up on 505games.com. So that's good. That's a good start. But I'm afraid that it just isn't going to get out there enough. And what I would like, the project that I have, the project I would like you guys to do and I'm going to do it myself as well, is create a fan-made trailer. Don't deceive anybody. Don't deceive anyone. Create a fan-made trailer of the current game right now and upload it to YouTube. Flood YouTube with No Man's Sky trailer, fan-made. Right? Don't deceive anybody. But flood YouTube with trailers. So that way, once somebody from Xbox, when they go and they see, they type in No Man's Sky. Is No Man's Sky good now? Is it? Is No Man's Sky, what's No Man's Sky look like now? No Man's Sky trailer. Let's throw the trailers in their faces. Well, if we flood YouTube with the trailers, fan-made trailers, we're going to be there right front and center. And they're going to see these amazing trailers that you guys can make. And they're going to see what the game looks like right now. So that's my challenge to you guys, is to make a trailer. Tweet it at me after you make it, and I will retweet it. I will retweet it a ton. I will make a playlist on my YouTube channel, and I will add every one of your trailers to a playlist, and I will throw it up on the front page of my YouTube channel. I'll throw it up there, put it right up close to the top, fan-made trailers. And I will put your video in there. That way people can see your video, see your channel, go to your channel. But I think, you know, even though we need to see the negative, we need to pay attention to the current negativity to understand how this is going to go down for us and for potential people that could enjoy this game. But I think at the same time, we need to also show positivity. And I think one of the great ways to do that is to make a trailer, a fan-made trailer for No Man's Sky. So that's my challenge for you guys. We're going to go ahead and take some callers, and I'm going to get some people on and see what you guys are saying. And I'm curious to get your opinion on what I just talked about.
Hello?
Adam, what's going on, dude? How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing great, man. Doing perfect.
So I don't know if you know, but you just got another donation from Alan
Oh, did I?
17. Yes.
Alan Poe, thank you so much, buddy. What's the super chat say?
He says, I got to head out, work tomorrow, Cobra for life. Spread the news of Next, everyone, and support Cobra. Best damn community ever. Hail Sean Murray.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Alan Poe. You are Cobra. Hashtag that guy in the chat, guys. What an amazing person. Have you been listening to what I've been saying?
Yes, I hopped on as soon as it started.
Okay.
And then my mic wasn't working right. And I was like, my headset was breaking. I'm like, I gotta listen to this. And then so I missed some of it, but for the most part, I heard most of it. So
what do you think? What do you think about what I said?
Well, I think even if Hello Games gives us and all the haters the game that they wanted when it first came out, let's just say this update fixes everything people had wrong with it. There's still going to be people that are hating on it. There's still going to be, you know, Sony fanboys that are like, oh, Microsoft's getting this. We had it before. There's going to be console wars. So there's always going to be people that are just hating because they want to hate it. The trolls and whatnot. They're going to come out. But I feel like the No Man's Sky community that's nothing new to us. I mean, we've had trolls and haters since the game came out. So it's nothing new. But as you were saying before, that this update is going to be big, it's going to be a game changer. I agree with you because, you know, Microsoft doesn't want what happened on PlayStation 4 to happen. You know, it comes out, especially with what's the game you were talking about?
Sea of Thieves.
Sea of Thieves. Yeah, Sea of Thieves came out. It was kind of underwhelming, and they don't want to have that happen again, especially with No Man's Sky, which is kind of known for being a little bit underwhelming. So I feel like Hello Games kind of had to sell this idea of it being on their platform to Xbox. And Xbox is like, okay, you want us to put it on our platform? Okay, we get it. What's in it for us? Like, why is this good now, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm sure they've seen the update, and, you know, Microsoft is like, yo, this is actually good. We want this on our platform. We want our players to be part of that community. Plus now it's on, what was it? The China one. Is it like We Now or something?
WeGame.
Like WeGame?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah. So now it's going to be coming to China on that, which you said it would have had like what, 300 million players or whatnot?
200 million.
Yeah.
Over 200 million.
And I don't think Hello Games would like take the time and go through all the paperwork to try to put it on these other platforms if it's just like, you know, another minor update. This thing is going to be a game changer. They said they've been working on it. It's their biggest update. It could be bigger than all of the other updates combined.
Exactly.
And when we jump into it, it might not even feel like the No Man's Sky we're used to feeling. Like, you know, every time they wipe the universe, we start over. We're so used to that same, you know, starting in our ship, having to fix our... They could be totally different. You know, we might start off where we have to create our character, or we have to build our ship, pick the pieces, or when we go into a space station, there might be like a vehicle bay or something, like a ship bay where we can just take apart our craft. It could just be game changing. Like I said in the chat, it could be like the jump from 2D to 3D. Like how game changing that was. It could be like Grand Theft Auto 4 and then Grand Theft Auto 5. Like Grand Theft Auto 4 is a great game, but you compare it to 5 and there's just so much more stuff. It's just like, you know what I mean? So I think it's going to be like that. It's just going to change a lot of things. I think No Man's Sky, I mean, I think Hello Games has like taken the criticism, taken the feedback from the fans. Like, we want more procedural generation. We want more variety. We want all of this. They look at Ray Rod's mod. They see how people are reacting to that. And I'm sure they have people working on this. Right. I agree with you. I think it's going to be game changing because this is like their second chance to get people to come back on.
So imagine
they don't want to screw it up.
Imagine you're Microsoft. What are they? Millions of dollars a year, billions, hundreds of millions of dollars, a multi-million-dollar company, or I don't know if they're multi-billion-dollar, but imagine you're Microsoft. Got all this, you got this big business, you're rich, and now you got this game on your hands called Sea of Thieves, which I'm going to put out my disclaimer. I'm getting it. I'm getting it because of the backlash, because I know how wrong people normally are. Okay?
Oh yeah, that's why I got No Man's Sky.
Yes. Whoa, you really?
Yeah. I'm like, people hate this game. I like a comeback story. I like the Rocky, you know, the Rocky moves. I'm like, I have a good feeling about this. Even if people hate it, I'm gonna jump on the bandwagon. I did the same thing with Lawbreakers. Nobody plays it anymore. And I'm just attracted to those kind of games that everybody just kind of pushes to the side. I'm like, I'm gonna give you guys a chance because I believe in the little guy.
So imagine that conversation. Imagine a conversation. You know, Microsoft is dealing with the drama of Sea of Thieves right now, and then all of a sudden they're like, "You want to bring No Man's Sky to the Xbox?" Or even if it wasn't Sean Murray that approached Microsoft, what if it was just a representative of Microsoft pitching an idea to somebody at Microsoft saying, "I think we should bring No Man's Sky to our system." And imagine that conversation. Are you kidding me? Did you see what Sony went through? Are you seeing what we're going through with Sea of Thieves right now? Are you kidding me? But so with that said, like you said, they have to know what's in this game unless they're judging it on its current state versus its launch state.
Like, I mean, even right now, I think, So like, even with what we have right now, I think it would be a good on the Xbox, right? And when the game first came out, you heard Microsoft being like, "Oh, I hope it comes to Xbox eventually." Then it kind of came out, got bad reviews and whatnot, all the hate, and then Microsoft kind of just shut up. They're like, "You know what? Maybe we don't want you on our platform." You know, there was really no good things Microsoft was saying. So for them to come out like, what is it, 2 years later after launch, and them to kind of push this bad joke that the gaming community has of, oh, No Man's Sky, you know, No Man's Lie, all that. If they're here coming out and they're pushing it like, hey, we're really glad that it's coming to our platform, they have to have seen something. They know what this is going to be. They know it has potential, and they're willing to give Hello Games another shot.
I agree. Now, there is a possibility, so keep this possibility in mind, too. There is a possibility that they are judging the game and its current state versus its launch state. And maybe we're overthinking. Maybe it's not something really massive. But then when I try and ground myself to that, when I try and make myself, okay, just calm down. It's probably about the current state of the game. But then you go to 505's game's recent, new advertisement and it's talking about the center. It's talking about the animals and how they're, you'll never see them. No other player will ever see the same animal you see, and that if they keep that and it's not like that, then those are going to be thrown in our faces all over again. Do you understand that the advertisement on 505 Games is what has me the most compelled and polarized?
The thing is, though, I'm sure Hello Games is working very close with their publisher. I mean, they're just not off doing their own thing. Like Hello Games is like, hey, this is what's in the game. This is what we want to have published. This is kind of the idea for the advertisements we want you guys to run. And they're working hand in hand. They're not like totally separate. So it's not like, 505 is going rogue and just, putting out all this stuff. If it says that stuff's in there, I'm sure that Hello Games is like, yeah, you guys got the green light. We're going to have this stuff in the game now. And even if it is just like, let's say it lands on Xbox and it's just, a little update, whatever.
Right.
Even if it's just an update that just refines multiplayer better, where it's just like player models and you can like invite your friends and you can just play that right there. Just that switch to multiplayer, that is a game changer in itself. Just that one thing. You flip that switch and it's a game changer.
Adam,
so just that one step. Yeah.
We got a new call on the show. What would you like to be known, bud?
Just call me Jeremy, man.
Jeremy is so awesome to have you on the show. Ladies and gentlemen, Jeremy is an Xbox player. He told me through a message here just a few seconds ago. And Jeremy, it's so awesome to have you here, bud.
It's crazy, man. Like I seen your guys' videos like a few weeks ago and started watching, just hearing all the bull crap, man, going on about the game for so many years. Like it has me and a lot of people like, skeptical, but as an Xbox guy, like I want to take a chance on the game. Just seeing like your guys' what was it, that review you guys did?
Oh yeah.
I loved it, man. Like, but yeah, that I'm just hoping it's what.
So, what's going on in the Xbox community? I don't spend too many times in any sort of communities for Xbox. I have been here recently, and I've been seeing really crazy
Thief stuff is like
things.
really bad right now, man.
Is it?
Like for a game that like everyone was in the betas, not alphas. Like you can just sign up and you waited and you got in. And if you didn't like it, you shouldn't have bought it. Like, that's what it was, like really. And like now since it's in Game Pass, it's $10. Like you spend $10, you can get a Microsoft exclusive game, and they just did a roadmap for it. Like it looks like it's going to be like a service game. Like, and a lot of people don't like that word, but
a service game for what?
Sea of Thieves.
Like, for Sea of Thieves. Like,
okay.
They just did a big roadmap for it. So there's a lot of stuff coming, like in May, and I believe this 2 big expansions this summer. But so many people were calling it like what's the meme right now? They're calling it Sea of Lies, or just because of the No Man Lie thing.
No Man's Sea.
And all that. Yeah. So, but yeah.
I tell you what,
to be on air, but yeah,
it's going to be a hard sell. It's going to be a hard sell for Xbox players. And I got to tell you, it's a great game. There's so many negative videos and negative comments, and I can't understand why.
Yeah, I try not to watch them, man. Like just from seeing you guys and hearing you guys for the past few weeks, like it made me dig in. Like I love adventure games, and exploring, and like I buy almost every game that comes out, exclusive, third party, whatever. And just like Far Cry 5. I haven't even beat the game yet, and I have a lot of hours in it right now, like because I'm trying to explore everything. So I think with this game, like it's perfect for me. Like I'm just hoping it comes before E3. Like, and I heard people talking like, what if PS4 gets the next update first? Like I don't know nothing about like none of this stuff. Like that's why I've been watching you guys. Like I don't know like the lore and stuff. So it's kind of hard to to keep up sometimes. But
if you
I don't.
I've made 3 really extensive lore videos that are pre-Atlas Rises. Now, I haven't made any on the Artemis yet because those are going to be like spoilers for you.
Yeah.
All right. But the 3 videos that I've done, they're not spoilers. It's the lore of the it's, you know, you have to uncover it. You have to explore the lore. And so that's pretty cool. But if if I remember, I'll send them over to you. But it has a 30-hour story campaign in it. So there's definitely that kind of structure if you want that kind of structure. But I want to ask you real quick, how did you come across the review video?
Just by watching your stuff, man. Like I typed in No Man's Sky and seeing you, and I think it was a live stream like a few weeks ago, and you guys were talking about it. And I just added you on Twitter, I think like last week.
Okay.
But yeah, one more thing. I ain't gonna like hold you up, because I'm nervous talking on this stuff. But
so am I. I've been doing this for years, man, and I'm still nervous.
Yeah. But like, I don't like this E3, like, console war stuff aside, like between Sony and Xbox fans and stuff. But, this is a big year for Xbox. And I think 505 and Xbox, like, I think they knew what they were doing. I don't think they were going to leak nothing. Like, if this is going to be big as it's, as they say it's going to be, I don't think they would have announced it until E3. Like, this E3 is big for Xbox. Like, we haven't had a lot of games come out in the past few years, just like Sony has. The first few years of Sony's lifespan, they had indies and but now they're actually starting to come out with all these great games now. I'm actually thinking about getting a PS4 again, but I think they would have waited if it was coming out past E3. You know what I mean? Like, I think this next update is coming before E3. I don't think why they would spoil it, man. Like, Sean, because if like Microsoft told them not to say nothing, it ain't about spoiling nothing. Microsoft's the one that's probably paying the money, to get the game on there. I don't know how that stuff works, but it just don't seem like we're gonna say it's coming to Xbox, but then you're gonna have to wait till after E3. It just don't, it would have been a bigger E3 show saying, hey, No Man's Sky, PS4 and PC exclusive. That would have been bigger, them saying that instead of some tweets. Right. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's what makes me think that that's coming sooner than what people think.
I 100% agree with you. When I saw that the fact that Sean Murray said this was about to leak, I didn't buy that at all.
Yeah.
I didn't buy it. I looked at that like a clever little marketing, clever little way to say, hey, this is coming to Xbox, blah, blah, blah.
That was to get hype build up, and I know you guys say he don't like hype, but I think you need hype with a game right now that a lot of people basically failed, and like I see all these people that like talking crap, they don't even play the game. Like when I see you guys play, it makes me want to play the game. Like, but
yeah, but a lot of people, they throw that hype word around and they use it in the wrong way. Like, every game needs advertising. So the fact
here's
that
another
tweeted,
thing, the Division, right? That game was the hyped up game. Like, that game everyone knew about, and it kind of failed. And player base dropped. But guess what's happening now? Same with Siege. Look at the player base in Siege and the Division right now. They still hype it up now, but yeah. But yeah, I think the big thing is, man, I think it's coming before E3. Like, that's in June. That's 2 months, just about. So, when would you guys think it would drop? Like, if they did do it before E3, because I'm telling you, man, like, that's a big no-no. I think, man, like, Microsoft would be probably pissed. And sorry, for cussing it. If Sean Murray and 505 like ruined it, like.
Oh, I understand. Yeah, 100% agree. And I hope you're right. I hope it does come out before E3, or it might be something that's dropped during E3. But we got a donation from Baking Pancakes. Thank you, bro. Hashtag Baking Pancakes in the chat, guys. What a co-bro. There's a rumored date that has just been released June 29th. So that usually placeholder dates are all the way to the last day of the month, and that one's not. So it's possible that that's a true date. There was also a street date that GameStop released of July 24th.
Yeah, I think I'm done going through that, man. I was telling somebody in the chat, like, when I found out about you guys, and like, I called up there because I was in the live stream. And I called up, and I know a few people at my GameStop, and he was like, "Yeah, it's gonna be coming, but dude, why would you want to buy that? Like, I have an employee trying to talk me out of buying a game, like." And like, it's weird because I was sticking up for a game that I've never played. Like, I'm like, well,
yeah, right.
Didn't they have updates? And because this is, me listening to you guys on the live stream. I'm like, didn't they have updates? He's like, well, it's still not good, man. Like, I'm like, all right, well, all right, I'll talk to you later. Then I guess I guess I'll buy it through the Microsoft store. Cause I'm not gonna.
Right. Wait,
yeah, I
hate
that,
man.
Man.
Messaged me over Twitter about someone being an employee stopping one of your friends.
I don't think I think I messaged you on Twitter, but I don't think I said something about one of my friends.
Okay, because somebody else is calling in today that's going to be talking about how GameStop tried to talk one of their friends out of buying the game, and that is just ridiculous to me. Panda Poopy, thank you for the donation, bro. Hashtag Pandy in the chat. Pandy, whatever. Sorry, buddy. Yeah, that's you. Yeah. So they tried talking you out of
talking me out of basically even purchasing the game. Yeah.
Wow.
And like, I'm like well known in there too. Like, they all know I'm an Xbox guy too, and it just like, it ain't like that I hate PS4. I bought PS4 day one. I got over 300 games on Xbox. Like, I buy every game. So it ain't like I don't have games to play. But I sold my PS4 because it wasn't like, it had games. It wasn't the games that I wanted. But I love The Last of Us, and I've never played a God of War, but that new God of War looks freaking amazing. But
yeah, I tell you what,
yeah,
the
it was
PS4,
just crazy how he just talked to me, man, like that.
So I got a question for you, man. Did he try to talk you into getting a different game, or he's just like, No Man's Sky's trash, don't buy it? Thanks for calling.
I called basically for that reason, like, because I seen that placeholder date too, and I figured if my buddy that I actually liked up there answered, I can actually get some information from him, or because I think it was the first live stream I actually like met this great community. It was when you guys were talking about they were selling like all of the No Man's Skies from the warehouses, and they were bringing them in for cheaper and all that. It had to be like 2 weeks ago, but I don't know. Somebody heard from their GameStop that they were putting all of them on the shelf and trying to get them out because it is going to be like a new box art maybe and all that for the new one.
Right.
But yeah, that's when I met you guys that day, and that's when I called them and was trying to see if they got more in. I was trying to see if they got more copies in. The guy was saying, because I'm in Pennsylvania. I didn't know, if it was just some GameStops, getting a lot of, No Man's Sky in, or is just that guy. I just wanted to check. And that's when he was like, well, why are you trying to buy No Man's Sky? I'm like, I don't know. It looks cool, man. Like, I was kind of like salty that it wasn't coming. Yeah, it's everybody. When there's a great game, like, say Forza, for instance, I don't care, what Sony fan it is. If you like a racing game, you're not going to say Forza is garbage. Forza is one of the best, in my opinion, I think one of the best racing games out there.
Mm-hmm.
And like, that's like that, going to Sony console and you calling GameStop, he's like, oh no, man, that's trash. Don't get that game. Like, right. I don't know, man. It's just, I don't know why he wouldn't want me to buy it. Like, it's my money anyways. Like, I'm going to buy it no matter what.
But, you see, you're not the first person. I've been having people tell me all over the place. Who was it? Just Jared actually was. He went in to talk about the Xbox release, and they started talking crap about the game to him as well. And somebody messaged me over on Twitter about how their friend was being talked out of trying to pre-order the game. We got a donation from Gaia. What you do is awesome. Never stop. My freighter is stocked up. So excited for next. Thank you, bro. Hashtag Gaia in the chat, guys. But yeah, man, it's like this weird thing that these employees are actively trying to stop the sale of this game. And I wonder what kind of impact that's going to have if all these places are doing this and how common it is, I'm actually thinking about doing a video where I go undercover into some Gamestops in the surrounding area and talk to them about No Man's Sky to see what they're saying to people around here. And I might actually do that.
I'd watch it.
Yeah, I was
Cobra
reading that
undercover.
message I sent you too. It wasn't about my friend. I was just agreeing with you on some things. This message. If you want me to read it, I will. Like, I suck at reading stuff though, but yeah, I was like, or I'll read some of it.
Okay.
Since I'm new to your channel and just seeing your video, my theory is the same as yours. But what if the game you and all of the PS4 fans got promised? You know how some stuff wasn't in the game, you know, and like multiplayer, you know, all that. What if that is actually coming in next? The game that you guys are, you know, seeing at E3 and hearing all these stories from Sean Murray and stuff, and like, what if they just needed more money? Tencent's a big company, and so is Microsoft. So maybe, you know, they fork some money over to get the game finished. You know, nobody ever knows. And like,
Yeah.
And like that live stream, somebody was saying like Xbox fans don't like survival games, man. Like, I love survival games, dude. Like, and you know, a lot of my friends love them too. And like another thing is, there's been so many times that cross-platform got enabled on Rocket League, and I can't remember the other game that got it done. But it's just by a push of a button. So what if Sony actually, and I hate to say this, you know, get out of their ass and actually let people do the cross, you know, platform? Like, you know, what if there is, because isn't PC and PS4 cross platform on No Man's Sky?
No.
Oh, it's not?
No.
Okay. All right.
It's,
I didn't know that.
As far as I'm,
some games there is.
as far as I think it's the same universe. If I'm not, you know, it's not the same instance. Like if I have a base, and I think if the portal address will work on PC, but if you go there, you won't see my base.
Okay.
I'm not sure if it's the same planet or not. I think it is. I don't know really, but
that would just be cool though, man. If they can just like get past all the bull crap and actually like, you know, this game, you know, is from what I've seen is big, and like imagine having like cross platform, man, like PC, Xbox, PS4, like it. That would be awesome, man. And it would be a game changer too. Like, you know, Microsoft, they've been buying I don't know what companies there are, but like, you know, for their cloud computing and stuff, for like, you know, Crackdown. Like a lot of people, and that's a big meme too, but if you watch, you know, the gameplay of, you know, Crackdown 3, I think it was 2015, like that was some crazy stuff that you would see, like how servers interact with clouds and stuff. So like, what if Microsoft would let them use some of that, you know, to make, you know, cross-platform, or I don't know if it would be up to Sony or not, but, you know, probably that would be cool though, you know, if they use some of their technology to actually get it to work.
Right. I 100% agree. 100% agree.
Yeah, but I ain't trying to hold everybody up though, man.
No, hey, if people are allowed to hang out on the chat if you want to hang out and just talk whenever you feel like you have something to say, you can stay.
All right, cool. Yeah, I'll stay, man.
Okay, bud.
Yeah, it was good knowing you guys, and just this is a great community, man. Like hearing all the bull crap from like Sony fans and Xbox fans, like I would have never thought a community would be this good, like on PlayStation, just from me hearing all the bull crap that happens with other games. Like this game don't seem like it's like that, man. Like
yeah,
really good community, man.
Yeah, the community for No Man's Sky is pretty amazing. And I tell you what, man, we are so happy that you're with us, and we hope you stay with us, and I hope you enjoy No Man's Sky. And I can't wait. You know, we're in the same boat. We have no idea what we're going to get with next. And so wondering what is next, no pun intended, we're right there with you.
Yeah.
We got
thanks, man. But yeah, I'll stick around though.
Okay, buddy. Pleasure to have you on for the whole duration of the call, dude. We've got Laika.
Laika. Nice try, though.
Thank you, buddy. Thank you for coming on the show, man. What brings you on the show tonight, bud?
I was actually the guy that DM'd you on Twitter.
Oh, okay. All right. Tell me about the story.
Okay, so the story has me pretty heated, to be honest with you. I was with one of my lifelong friends. He's been in quite a few of my videos, and I was actually watching one of your videos, and he was interested in, I think it was catching up with Waking Titan, and he was pretty interested in it, and he decided to go buy the game today. So I went with him. You know, the game's at a discounted price, so he thought, you know, why not pick it up now, just in case the price goes back up once this update is released. But so I went with him, and he grabbed the game, and the first thing that both employees at GameStop said when he went to purchase it was, "Are you sure?" Oh, and he was like, "Yeah," and they were like, "Are you really sure though?" And this, I knew it was coming immediately, and so I got curious. I mean, I have over like 400 hours on Steam and on PS4, so I played the game already. So I was curious. So my question to them was, "Why do you ask?" And both of them were just like, "Man, the game is, excuse my language, but the game is shit. Like, there's no content. There's nothing. There's nothing driving you to play this game. Like, there's nothing there."
I mean, the people that put 20 hours in the game.
Well, my next question to them was, have you played since launch? And one of them said, "I only heard about it." And the other one said, "I played on launch day and that was it."
Oh.
Wow.
So what I started to realize was that this game is starting to get the people like us are actually, our voices are being diminished and sort of overpowered by the people who either heard about it from a friend saying that it sucks or haven't played it since launch. And it kind of tears me apart knowing that once an Xbox player goes to buy this game and join the community, that is the first thing they're going to hear.
Yeah.
Like that.
It's kind of strange, you know, you, Jeremy here, and Jared all have the same stories. And were they all GameStops?
Yes.
Yeah, mine was. Yeah,
and mine was.
Yeah. So was Jared's. That's crazy. I think you've actually now given me, with you and Jeremy being on the call, I think you've given me enough motivation for me to go undercover. I'm going to do it.
I'd like to see that. That'd be cool.
The guys at my GameStop are pretty nice about it. Like, I asked them when it was coming out. They're like, July 24th, and it's going to have like all the previous updates, the new update. Like, it's going to be cool. That's pretty much all they said. I didn't really push them. I think they're just trying to sell me, you know, like,
yeah, true.
You should do at a store. You're trying to sell video games to people. But I think people that don't want you to get it, they're just salty from when they bought it. They're like, I paid $60, played for like 2 hours. It was trash. And then they're just salty that they wasted $60.
How much is it?
They didn't
now?
go back and play it. I think it's $60 still on Steam. It's on sale right now on like good old games.com for $25.
Yeah, it's
and it's pretty cheap everywhere else.
Mine, yeah.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? Like, even for, I see their perspective, because for me, if I pay $60 for a game and, you know, it's something I didn't expect, I think it's trash, I'm going to tell everybody. I'm going to tell my friends. I'm going to rant about it. I'm going to be like, yo, I paid $60. This game's trash. Don't support this company. So that's basically what they're doing. But when you work at like a company that's supposed to sell games, you shouldn't be biased. You shouldn't have like a vendetta out there trying to prevent other people from playing.
The media is just like the news nowadays. And I'm not going to get in that topic, but
yeah,
it's like when you watch IGN, and I remember you guys saying the no, like, it's just, I watch you not for not your, like, I don't want your opinion, you know, I want the honest truth about it. I don't want, you know, that you don't like the game, you know, because a lot of other people like the game, you know, like, tell me the news, not, you know, your thoughts.
Right.
Yeah, just give me the facts, not your opinion, basically.
Yeah, that's what I was going for.
Yeah, we got a new caller on the show. We got Brian. Brian, how you doing, buddy?
Oh, doing great. How are y'all doing today?
Doing perfect, man.
Good.
What brings you on the show tonight, man?
Oh, I'm a long-time player. Bought the game when it first came out and everything, and I've been watching your show ever since you started.
Oh, very awesome, man. Thank you so much, dude.
You know, very passionate about the game and everything. You know, I've heard a lot of different things, and I've noticed what people haven't quite understood is what the game has brought to us. In short term, it's brought us something that nothing else ever has. And it's basically I've been passionate about the fact that you could just go from one planet to another, and it's never been done before in a game.
Right.
You know, and it just baffles me that people don't understand that concept, that it's revolutionary.
Yeah, there's a quote that somebody had said a while back, and they said that No Man's Sky is a sci-fi game, but 20 years ago, if this game existed, or the concept of this game would have been sci-fi itself.
Oh yeah, I've heard you say that before. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, isn't that amazing?
What gets me, you know, I'm 43, and I go back in the days when I was amazed that Super Mario or Mario 3 could actually go behind the graphics to another plane.
Oh yeah,
and just being excited that the fact that then, you know, another game would come up in the 16-bit era that would push that limit a little bit further. And then you always wondered, you know, how can I you see the background, it's a backdrop.
Like Donkey Kong, man.
Right, you can't ever get there. And
Yeah.
when this game came out, it was just like, holy cow, I can go anywhere
Right.
I see. When I first started seeing the stars pop up, and I was going, I can go there, I can go there. Oh, wow. I'm glad I'm not some type of person that wants to go to every place and try to explore everything, because it's going to be impossible.
Exactly.
You know, it's like, there's no way. But yeah, I'm just very passionate about the game, and I love it. I've enjoyed it from the very beginning.
Yeah, definitely. When I was a kid, I used to play a game called Pitfall on Atari.
Yeah.
And
oh, yeah.
Oh, that was
one of
great.
the things I used to do is there used to be a wall that if you turned around and went the other way and just kept running into the wall, you would slowly start to sink into the wall. And
yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Eventually you'd be inside the wall, and you could just jump and just keep jumping up and go into like the glitchy side of it, the side, you know. And one of the things that I remember about that is that's not where the game was. I had more fun doing that, and that's not where the game was. That's not where I was jumping over alligators and swinging on vines and things like that and killing little scorpions. I was over there jumping through where I was not supposed to be. And, you know, I think that's one of the things that resonates with me with No Man's Sky is that backdrop is all reachable. You know what I mean? I could go to those places. I could go away from the game that exist in No Man's Sky. There is a game in No Man's Sky, but I could go away from that and do what I'm not supposed to do and still have fun. And I think that's one of the things that really sticks with me with No Man's Sky because of those Pitfall days.
Exactly.
We're going to get a new caller on the show. We're going to get Exploring Life. Exploring Life has an awesome YouTube channel that he did a lot of No Man's Sky stuff. He was one of the people that I interviewed a long time ago, one of the first people that met up in No Man's Sky, 5 people all at once. And we're going to see if we can get him on the show. Don't think he's Exploring Life. What's up? Hello? Yeah, it looks sounds like he's having trouble with his microphone. You there, buddy? Technology.
It's great when it works.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Get Skype, man. I was having so many problems trying to send you that message on the Xbox Skype, man.
Yeah, I can hear you, buddy.
Hey, how's it going, Cobra?
Oh, it's going good. Oh, this is is this Exploring Life with the YouTube channel?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome, man. What brings you on the show today, dude?
Not much, man. I was just enjoying what you were just talking about. Just about, you know, the people at the No Man's lies and all that, because dude, there's this guy I'm friends with that's, you know, totally one of those dudes that, like, I was like on the PlayStation talking to him, and you know, it was funny because he told me when I told him about the new update coming out for Atlas Rises, he was saying that, oh, it's never gonna come out. And what was really funny is the guy, he was like, oh, the sorry, hold on a second, I'm just distracted. The guy, he literally was like, I'm never gonna play the game. I'm never gonna download it again. The game is trash. And then right when it came out, he started playing it. And I'm like, oh, I see you're playing it. He's like, yeah, it's really good. And then I'm like, okay, so you think it's good now? And then after a couple of days, I'm like, yeah, it's cool. You like No Man's Sky again. And then he was like, what are you talking about? No, I only played it for like an hour. No, it's still bad. And then he started playing me this video of Sean Murray, was like this video of the No Man's Sky live video. And I'm like, come on, dude. Like, Sean Murray said the game was, not all the stuff was going to be in the game right when it came out. And he just like left, and I'm just like, not really friends with someone like that, because it's just kind of annoying. And it makes me upset that there are websites like IGN and The Know, and they're all just like not wanting people to have their own fun. It's like, yeah, it's fine. It wasn't the best launch game, but that happens with lots of games. I mean, there's Star Wars Battlefront 2 had a bad launch, but they're trying to work on it, make it better. That's how games are. And it's just the culture of gamers is when a game isn't good, everybody is going to go on a bandwagon and not want to be a part of it because of the trolls. Yeah.
What has me, I think, the most polarized at the moment is the text that 505 Games is using to sell the game is the same exact text that was used to sell the game on the first launch with the PS4 and the Steam, the PC release. The same exact text about the center of the galaxy, the animals, and the orbiting planets and things like that. That's what has me the most confused. And now either somebody's not paying attention somewhere, and they're using some kind of intern to make these advertisements, or
they know, man.
What's that?
So they know for sure that it's something better. There's no way they'd publish a game and use the same stuff as what they did and see that it failed kind of for them. But I'm thinking, maybe nextly, I seen a video of this guy playing it and finally getting to the center. I didn't want to watch it because I didn't want to spoil it for myself, but it was like a reaction to him getting to the center. What if to me that's what next is. Like, to be honest, like, what if next is actually something past the center now? And like, I'm not gonna say what I've seen because maybe some people never seen it, but what if it's something else now, or they change that, or
I think at this point, even the people that I think everybody knows what's at the center, even the people that want to actively talk out against this game. I think that's definitely something that people know. And I tell you what, I don't understand why that's a surprise to some people. Sword, we got a donation. Cobra, you are the champion for No Man's Sky, bro. Keep up the awesome work. Thank you so much, Sword. Hashtag Sword in the chat. He's a Cobra. So with the center, I said it years before the game was released, because Sean Murray said in an interview before the game was released, he said, it's like a new beginning to some people. Some people can put down the pad and say, boom, I'm done, moving on to the next game. And then he said, or some people will look at it as a new beginning. Right? So I kind of speculated that the center was a way into another galaxy. And people told me I was wrong back then. And looks like I was right. So I don't, we were okay. The people that did agree with me back then, they were okay with the fact that that's of that speculation. So I don't understand why a lot of people were so surprised that that was actually the case. It's just really strange to me. Look at it like, I guess, the problem, I think, Sean Murray was saying that there was something at the center, I guess it was bad, but I think what he was trying to do was entice us to go there, because it's not the destination, it's the journey. It's
journey to get to the center.
Right. because when Damien, who bought the copy of No Man's Sky before it was launched for $2,000, when he bought the copy and played it, Sean Murray tweeted out saying something like, he don't rush to the center. We made a lot of cool things, and people are ruining it by rushing, or something like that. Paraphrasing, but it was something like that. It's about getting there. It's about the journey of getting there. And when you get there, you realize that it's just another way into a new galaxy, or that's it. It's final. You can put down the gamepad and move on to Far Cry 5. So I don't know.
I think gamers and media are ruining what games are, man. Like, if you think about it, I don't know if anyone ever played, I think it was called A Way Out, or pretty sure it's A Way Out. The guy said, fuck the Oscars, and sorry, I cussed again.
I love that guy.
Yeah. He is a passionate, that's what made me buy that game, dude. He is passionate about what he is making. And when you see Sean Murray and all these like memes, but like his like whoa, his like weird face, and a lot of these clips people put up, but it's like that is what I want when I buy a game. Seeing a developer that into his product, and you get people like that just thinks it's just a paycheck. No, I mean, I guarantee he loves that No Man's Sky and he put everything into it. Who knows if Sony backed him with enough money to get some stuff he promised, or if they didn't want to push it back because that would have been a backlash. Who knows what happened? But I think gamers, man, like it's making developers probably scared to do new stuff, man. Like, look at God of War. They took a big risk, I've heard, because I never played the old ones, of making so you can't jump and making different stuff. Like, that's not like the old God of Wars, but as you get further on, man, just like Call of Duty, there is a leak today where it's supposed we don't have a damn single player. Because everybody, complaining about the jetpacks and and the stories they do. So now, guess what? People got what they wanted. No more single player, and probably one of the best Call of Duties, and that is Treyarch. Zombies. So it's going to be basically zombies and multiplayer. That's what the leak is. So,
I think it's more of a money thing though with Call of Duty, because I think like 80% of a game's budget revolves around the single player. So if they knock that out, and most people just play multiplayer anyway, they're gaining all that money.
People play single player though, man. Like, I don't know, like a lot. I play the single player first, then the multiplayer, and I love the zombies, but it just sucks, man. Like, the more and more, like, not even just COD, but all these games, man, developers are so scared to do stuff.
They're taking less chances because of the game media.
Yeah,
right.
Because all it takes is one bad review from like IGN or GameSpot to tank sales. It's like, we give it a 4 out of 10. Nobody's going to go and buy that game.
Well, it's not just that too. It's also like the really bad Steam reviews. Like, so I wanted to say something about that, because you go on there, and I just saw this one guy, I'm like looking on right now. He bought the game 1 hour ago, played it for 1 hour, and just said, this game is a disaster. Like, so what with Steam, like, if you're an Xbox player, don't try to read the Steam reviews, because I mean, there's some good Steam reviews, and I'm not saying
stayed away from that, man. I watched the guys' review. Yeah. Like, that was and I tried to share it and stuff. So whoever's in the live stream and whoever's in the comments, man, share Cobra's review. I don't know if you made it shorter yet. You said you're going to try and make it shorter, but for an hour, it's not bad. Like, to watch and hear people that actually played the game for hundreds of hours, not just a media person that put 20 hours in and talks crap on it.
Yeah,
the thing is, it takes a lot longer than an hour to actually get into the game. Like, you're just scratching the surface if you just play an hour. I found that out very quickly. I played a couple hours. I'm like, maybe I wasted my money. But then as I played longer, I'm like, this game needs to. It takes time. You got to let it marinate first. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
You can't just.
I sat down to try and make a shorter version of it. What's that?
Oh, I was saying there's just a troll bandwagon, like, on Steam, just, all these bad reviews. they buy the game and they play it. It shows in 1 hour, and they only had it just barely. And then they write the review. They just don't even say like really what a review is, and then they just get their money back.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah, because the PlayStation
Cutting out.
is very good.
You're cutting out.
But it's
Turning
out
into a
bit,
sentinel, bro.
with other games.
Panda, thank you so much for the donation in the chat, bud. He said he's feeling frisky. So hashtag Panda in the chat. What a cool bro.
Real quick, guys, I hate to interrupt. I'm gonna have to bail on you.
Okay, Leica. Thanks, buddy, and I appreciate you coming on and telling your story.
For sure. Thanks for having me. I'll talk to you guys
buddy.
later.
All right, see you, bud. We got a new caller on the show. We got John. John, how you doing, bud?
Yeah, what's going on, Cobra?
Nothing much, man. Just having fun, talking to a bunch of Cobros and a new member of our community from the Xbox who doesn't even have the game yet. So that is, that's our guest right there, man. I mean, so everybody welcome him with welcome arms and
welcome.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah.
What brings you on the show, John?
Well, I just want to talk about what's going on, but since there's a lot of new people listening, I think maybe it'll be good so everyone's on the same page about, just so we know how passionate Sean Murray is or was and is about the development of No Man's Sky. Basically, Hello Games didn't accept any money at all from Sony. Sony offered, Hello Games completely funded the development of the game.
That's right.
With their own money. Sony only acted as the physical publisher of the game for PlayStation.
All right, so then that clears stuff for me then, because maybe they ran out of time. Maybe Sony told them, and maybe they wanted to push it back another year or 6 months. Nobody knows that. Nobody finds that crap out unless you have some time.
During the GDC, Sean Murray said that they ran out of money and he had to make some difficult decisions.
And that's what it was then.
Yeah,
some of the content.
Right. Yeah, that's a misconception that Hello Games took a bunch of money from Sony. A lot of people think that. I don't know why. I guess it's probably something that's commonplace maybe, and people just assume that that's what happened, because normally that's what does happen. But no, they didn't take any money from them, and yeah.
I sit there and thought for a while, listening to all the different discussions as far as what Sean Murray did, and him being silent for so long and everything. And it's almost like a Rocky Balboa story. He gets in there, their place floods. He talked about losing a lot of data and everything.
Oh yeah.
And I'm wondering if all that data they lost was really a lot of things they were wanting to put into the game. Then Sony comes up and goes, "Hey, guess what? Look, you've already said you were going to put the game out there, and we're backing you up. We're on a timeline." And Sean's like, "What do I do? What do I do?" Okay, well, let's just patch things up and get it out there real quick and just hope for the best. Everybody knocks him down. He goes, "You know what?" He goes, just real quick, he goes, "You know what? I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to put my nose to the grind. I'm going to bust my ass. I'm going to do everything I can to build this game up, and then I'm going to let the actions speak for themselves."
Exactly.
And that's what I think he did.
There's an interview out there where he talks about the flood. It's really rare, and it might be on my old PC somewhere where I saved it. I can't remember if it was a written interview or if it was a spoken interview, video interview. But Sean Murray talks about how they had just got back from E3 and they were all on this super high, and that the game was at E3 and everyone's talking about it and everything. And I think that I can't remember if they won an award that year or not, but as they're coming back, they had a flood, and he was sitting there thinking, "Oh my gosh, we just had E3 and everything was great." Yeah, real flood. Yeah. Everything was destroyed in the studio, and he mentions in that interview that they lost more than what they claimed. He talked about how they didn't want people to panic, and he said that if it wasn't for how polarized that everybody felt about the game during that E3, they would have just said, "To heck with it, it's done. We'll just move on." Right?
Yeah, I believe if Sony wouldn't have backed them up, we probably never would have seen the game.
You know, a lot
You
of that reminds me that I listen to a lot of podcasts, right? And I was listening to. I know we, feel a little burned, by the media, but there's some people in the media that do want to see this game succeed. An example of that is I was listening to the Game Informer show, and the guy over there, Ben Hanson, he probably did the most extensive coverage, and when it comes to mainstream games media for No Man's Sky, because they actually went out to the studio. They did like 40-minute interviews with Sean Murray and all that for Game Informer. And he was basically saying they mentioned the update. They don't know anything. We don't know anything about it. We're speculating, but they're saying we want this game to come out, so Sean Murray can get on my show and I can give him a high five and tell him good job, because they know that they're still working on this game, and that's impressive.
100% agreement. Who's this?
Hello?
What's up?
Who's that? Who's this?
Who's who?
Huh?
God, is that you?
I'm a little lost right now.
I am too.
Okay.
Is this Brian?
No, that's me. Yeah, that wasn't me that do call unless there wasn't. Let me see. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, include me and you.
So there's 6 people.
6 people in the chat. I thought somebody had came on and then they left, but I don't know.
Yeah, that was. I had a connection issue. I'm exploring life. That was me.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's that was a little strange.
It tricked you.
Okay, so
man, I'm excited, dude. I had an Xbox One player call me on my live stream. Was talking to me. He was excited because he's gonna get the game. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, 100% agree. I see some people, Shard or Grammy or it's Grammy was asking in the chat about the what I want kind of people to do. I want people to kind of make these trailers, fan-made trailers of No Man's Sky, because there's going to be people that are going to be searching for No Man's Sky, and I want kind of like a positive footprint out there of something that Xbox players can actually grab a hold and look at and be like, oh, that looks good,
Right.
And see something that so if my challenge to people is that if you want to create like a fan trailer and tweet it at me, follow me over on Twitter at XXXCobra, XXXCobra, and I'll tweet it out to everybody, and I'll also put it on a playlist on the front of my YouTube channel here so everybody can see your work. And I just think we need to flood and show people what this game is like, instead of this talk about how this game is the way how people think this game is the way it was in 2016, which I don't know if anybody agrees, but the way the game, and I don't think it's nostalgia. It's not nostalgia, whatever.
Nostalgia.
Whatever. Nostalgic. I don't think it's that. But there was something about the vanilla version, the ambience of the initial release of No Man's Sky, that I missed so much. And the terrain was really different back then. It was a lot more rocky, because when they added in the land vehicles, I think they had to, they flattened a lot of stuff out so that way we could use the land vehicles, but it used to be a lot more rocky. And, so there was something about that vanilla version that I love so much. But I think, you agree?
Yeah, dude. What would be cool is, with the current Minecraft build right now, is you can actually go back to the older versions. So it would be really cool is if they had, maybe they might have it for the new update, but if it's not a whole new game, but it would be cool if you want to try the older versions, if you could just change the update version. So yeah, it would be really cool.
Yeah,
so.
it really would. We're gonna get Jason on the call, and then we're gonna get the Drunken Taco and the Geeky Pikachu coming on next. Jason, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing all right, Cobra. How about yourself?
I'm doing great, man. Doing great. We're not on delay, are we?
Don't think so.
Okay, good.
Same configuration as last time, so it should work.
Okay, awesome.
That's one of my
Very awesome.
favorite episodes.
Yeah, it was the
I
best.
loved it.
A lot of people like that. A lot of people thought I was drunk. That was really weird.
Well, it did. I mean, it's not against your character, right? But just the way that things were happening, it literally sounded like you were drunk, though. It did. But now that everybody knows it was a delay, dude, I tell you what, that's one of my favorite episodes. You were so freaking funny in that episode.
I do what I can.
Yeah, man. What brings you on tonight, Jason?
Well, you're live, so I wanted to come on. We're talking about the relaunch on Xbox One.
Yes.
And
yes.
I'm ready to welcome this community with open arms, man. It's going to be
That's
awesome.
Very awesome. And you know what? A lot of people are saying that they think this could be a relaunch. No, this is a relaunch. Think about the fact that it's releasing on 10-cent Wii game, which has over 200 million players, and it's releasing on a completely different console. So it is just like the launch the first time around on PS4 and PC. This is it all over again. If it's the same size, if not bigger, bigger launch.
Cobra, when I was listening earlier, and what you were saying, like, it even convinced me even more that I think they're gonna have some sort of showing at E3. Like, especially if the release date based on the leak today is an indication of when it's gonna come out, that's sooner than I thought. So, if they're making such a big deal out of it, they have to show the Xbox, the people and a lot of the naysayers that they're not all talk. That
I agree.
They got.
I agree. Yeah. And 505 Games, if we're that close to a launch, if we're that close, then 505 Games or somebody's going to have to get on the ball and start advertising this game, because that's what went wrong the first time around. Sony didn't start advertising until like the last few weeks, of the game being released, or
yeah,
at least
it basically got around word of mouth.
Yeah, it sure did. Yeah. And so I'd hate to see that kind of happen again. If they're not going to see, I think a smart move would be to release on the PS4 and PC next. So that way Xbox gamers can see firsthand that it's worth buying. But at the same time, I would hate for it to go ahead and kind of ruin the experience for Xbox users, because that was kind of like the whole thing with PC. PC had to watch the PS4 players get it, and it was hard not to watch. So a lot of things were ruined for the PC players. I mean, it wasn't that much of a delay, but it was enough to kind of make people jealous and kind of ruin the experience of people, because, you can't blame somebody for looking and watching. It's curiosity. So at the same time, a good way around that, to not ruin it for Xbox players, is to start an ad campaign, to show what this next has in it, to show some trailers, start advertising, and they need to start advertising now for it.
Be an idea.
Well, like you said, I don't think they're going to advertise until we get that next update. Because, I mean, what are you going to advertise? Just what's in it currently. I don't think they would waste money on showing stuff we already know about.
But they could
they could advertise that.
I mean, gameplay.
We got the yeah, exactly. You could drop gameplay.
Yeah, but it'd be like gameplay we've already seen. Is what I'm saying.
No, I meant next, man, to get a hype up. Like
I don't want to
a
see
minute trailer.
Any of that though. I would rather just it drops and everybody sees it at the same time.
True.
Yeah, they did it with every other update.
And then once it drops, then you start advertising. They've done before.
It with every other update. We got the trailer for Foundation before we got the update.
Yeah,
got the trailer for Pathfinder before we got the update.
But this is next over. This is the next step. They're changing stuff up. We don't know. Yeah. Sean, we're going to see at Walmart giving out copies. We don't know this.
If it's a relaunch, then they, just like, when before the game came out, there's all sorts of trailers. So
exactly. So this is, you got a good point, John. This is a relaunch on two big platforms, just like before. So there needs to be an updated trailer for what is going to be in this update, in this version of No Man's Sky.
But
otherwise,
we also didn't have Waking Titan back when it first launched.
You see, I love.
So it's like you can't play to both crowds because it's gonna give away stuff. You know what I mean?
I think
they really want to get people excited. And I think by not saying anything and just dropping it, shadow dropping it, that's gonna get people hyped the most.
I'm sorry, but I think they need to have the current version of No Man's Sky as a trailer before to sell this game. I really do.
I agree with
because
Cobra.
there's too much negative connotation out there of what No Man's Sky is to potential consumers. And I think everything lies in the launch. Just like when a movie hits the box office, they judge the success on the weekend.
I was just going to say that, like, what's the big thing that people do nowadays, okay? They want to see numbers. Just like the Sea of Thieves, when it launched, that was the only thing you seen. Top Twitch streams. Like, they're not, I don't think, but, you guys probably know more than me about this, but I don't think they would, release the next update just on PC and PS4, and then, a month later do it on Xbox. They want to see those numbers big. They want to see how many people was coming in at once, not, throughout the month. They want to see that first week of launch with this.
Right. And I think it's going to come out a couple of days before it comes out,
Like even E3.
Hate for that.
Oh, shit.
Go ahead.
Oh, no, I seen something refreshing on my Skype. It was weird. Everybody's like circles are at the bottom now with like a loading bar on top. But
yeah, I did
remember
too.
like a few live streams ago when I was watching, I really wanted to say something, but I couldn't really comment. But okay, there's somebody right there. But somebody was saying something about like VR, right? And people was like, well, Xbox don't have VR. Well, I'm not sure if anyone seen this, but the Xbox One X, their roadmap actually had VR on it, not their HoloLens, VR.
Yeah,
they actually took VR off of the roadmap for Xbox to get it right. Which I think Xbox. I have the X. I love it. It plays every game I play good. But I think this E3 they're going to focus on games and announce a VR device, and not just an Xbox VR device. A while ago when Oculus came out, it was expensive. Plus, it added an Xbox controller. They had a partnership with Oculus, and I'm thinking, what if Xbox announces you can have multiple VR devices? Oculus, what's the other one? The Vive.
The Vive, yeah.
And like, I forgot what I was saying, but yeah, I think they're going to do that, and that would be cool too. Just to announce it at E3 if it did go that far and not come before E3. But I'm still thinking, this is coming before E3. But if it did go E3, what if they announced it and said, hey, it's coming out, this week, and then the VR, end of the month or whatever. But I doubt it's gonna be past June.
I am almost certain that No Man's Sky will not get mentioned at E3.
That's what I'm saying, man. Because I'm telling you, man, Microsoft and Tencent, man, like they're both big companies.
They gotta say something.
I would be pissed if Sean Murray came out and said, "Oh, it's gonna leak," and then and then screw your E3 up. Like, I don't think Microsoft is gonna announce it. They might do some small thing at E3. But I don't think it's gonna be big at E3, man. Like the game's already out. Yeah. Even if it's gonna have a relaunch, Microsoft they don't count on like trailers on TV or whatever. You know what I mean? They count on people streaming stuff and like YouTubers to put it out and stuff. So I don't know. Like,
well,
I'm really
we gotta remember.
We
gotta remember, like 505 Games is publishing it, so like they. Most likely, like, if it's not on, on stage, then they might drop the trailer that week, like the week of E3, because there's a lot of trailers that just don't even show up on the main show press conferences.
Yeah, and to me that's much more likely.
Yeah.
So, Cobra, what are you the most excited about that the update might possibly have that will make you go crazy?
The thing I'm most excited about, and this is going to sound kind of weird, is the things that I don't know about, right? So all the unknown possibilities is what I can't wait to see what those are. But the thing that if you want me to pinpoint something is going to be multiplayer, co-op, and what I mean by that is like I want to see the ability for us to create actual hub, like a hub mechanic within the game. We do it now, but we're doing it backdoor style, like a workaround style, to where it's
it's like a guerrilla faction.
Exactly. Good point, Jason. Good point. And I would like to see that as a gameplay mechanic with actual functions and things to do in the game with those hubs. I
have something way out there. Maybe there's like trading. I've seen some videos. Like, I don't know crap about this game, just what I've seen. But like, you guys talk about portals and stuff, and like, I know you can't just have like one trading post. Like, I'm on it, and then you're in a different part, and you go in, and I'm there. But what if they make it to where like there is, kind of like multiplayer where there is actual body, and when you pull into the trading post, you can actually like get a friend to join you in your universe, or like, I don't know how it'd work, but I'm just saying, like, what kind of like Destiny, how you go and there's all your friends there, you can see who's online and stuff. Like, what if like they have something like that to where you can have someone just join in on you, real time, or that would be cool. I think, man, I would like that. See one of my friends that's playing, and I go to a trading hub and I see him, and I can ask them to join my game or join my world. I'm not sure how that would fit into the game.
I think the multiplayer is crazy. That like. And the fact that like most games, when you are playing multiplayer, you have to wait for a long loading screen. So even the orbs, even though it's not like very complex multiplayer, it's still kind of cool that you can literally go to the same planet and there's not like a loading screen that you have to wait for to play online.
It also fits into the lore, like the system is glitching and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So Cobra, if I could bring up something in the chat.
How you doing, buddy?
Yeah, introduce them first. Yeah, go ahead.
How you doing, Snow?
Hey, guys.
It's good to have you on, bud. Real quick, Adam, what's in the chat?
So I was reading the chat, and Marky Mark says he's curious if they will release a trailer soon because Sean Murray tweeted that fan-made Post-it note trailer today. He like retweeted that. And he's like, great, now we don't have to make a trailer. So maybe that would lead us to believe that they are making trailers and they could be dropping soon, or that they're just like, there's not going to be a trailer because we got it. Post it.
That's funny.
That's it.
That's a good point because Sean Murray hardly ever retweets and he hardly ever tweets at all or anything. And for him to, because there's a lot of amazing like fan art and things like that gets tweeted at him all day long, all night.
Letter was pretty cool. I think that he.
Dude. You know what?
Pretty cool, man.
He should give that kid a copy. Not. You know what I mean? Just give it to him, man. Sign it.
Track him down.
Would you guys be mad if he was at E3? Like you guys are cool with like, but there's other Sony fans. Do you think other Sony fans would be mad or like felt betrayed if Sean was on Microsoft's E3 stage because they are doing it early this year on Sunday?
No.
What if he was there? Like,
I honestly don't think he's going to be there because if he was there, it would.
I don't
take
either.
over the conversation.
Yeah.
See, that's one thing I've not seen in the No Man's Sky community is there's no feeling of any kind of betrayal with going to Microsoft. We've always wanted Xbox to get this game, or a lot of us did actually.
Oh yeah.
Because we've always said that everybody deserves to be able to fly through this universe and have the kind of fun that we've had, and I'm happy.
Oh yeah. I'm glad they're getting it, man.
I can't wait, man.
It just opens up the fan base,
Yeah, definitely.
Even if you're a fanboy of PlayStation or you got your PC guys or whatever, it's just the fact that everybody can get to enjoy an experience that you can't get from anywhere else.
And I think the people that are ruining it are some of the fanboys, man. Like on Xbox too. Like I'm a diehard Xbox guy. I'll tell you that now. And
I'm PlayStation, so PC and PlayStation.
And I said it earlier. Like the only reason why I don't have a PS4 because it didn't have the games that I liked. Like when it came out, the only game that I liked on it was the remastered Last of Us. And then when I heard they canceled the new Silent Hill, that pissed me off.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that was a heartbreaker. That was a heartbreaker.
Then I bought that. What game was it? That came out. It looked so good, but it just with the story and shit wasn't there. Like it was so short.
God,
Order?
Yeah.
1986 or something like that.
Yeah, that was one of my first games, and like it just I don't know, man. I was just let down. Plus, all my friends are on Xbox, but I think I'm gonna go out and purchase the PS4 though, just because I love like Uncharted and like The Last of Us 2 looks awesome, which I hope comes out before the next one. But
Snow, what brings you on the show tonight, buddy?
So, well, you're online, so I'm online.
Awesome, dude. Very awesome. It's always a pleasure to have you come on the show, man.
So, the one thing I've been really wanting to say since I got on here is just the level of how big Next will be. I mean, like, if I was to put it in a little math equation, I would say Next equals, I'd say, the quantity of content of the very first trailer and the hype of the very first trailer, the quantity of those two, the product of those two, and triple it.
Right, exactly. And how cool is this that us PS4 players get to live through the launch all over again?
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
The excitement all over again.
It kind of
And
gets
it
you
proves
giddy,
all the
doesn't it?
people that left the game 20 hours in and talk so much shit on it all these years, and now it's like
for those who have seen it in its early stages and who've played it like since launch and quit for like not even for the Pathfinder, not the Foundation update, they don't know what's going on. They can't say what's going on now if they don't know what's going on in the first place.
Yeah.
At one point, I was mad at Sean Murray because he kept releasing updates. Like, I'm not even kidding. I got the game. I'm playing vanilla, right? I'm finally getting somewhere in the game, and then an update drops. I'm like, now I got to learn all this new stuff. And then I jump on that update. I'm like, okay, I'm finally getting there. And then it's like, new update hits. I'm like, stop, Sean, stop. I don't want any more updates. And now I'm finally getting there. Still haven't got a freighter or anything. And now the next update's going to hit. I'm like, Sean, you're killing me. Just stop. You're a madman. Stop.
You know what's funny is over on Twitter, I tweeted out a tweet saying that, hey guys, post this review in the in a Xbox community so that we can kind of get the word out there and so they can hear from people who enjoy the game instead of people who don't own the game. And some developer that I didn't even know when he started following me, he's got like 17,000 followers. He's verified on Twitter, and he started commenting on my tweet saying that it's not worth the full asking price. And I'm like, who's this guy?
wow.
What? So I went ahead and I started a mild argument with him saying that, well, I don't think people that don't own the game shouldn't have, be able to say anything. And if they do, they need to state at the very front that their opinion is based on secondhand knowledge and uninformed ignorance or something like that. And then, yeah. So then I was curious, and he says something like, he goes, I bought it and played it at launch and blah, 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 and this and that. So I go over to his Twitter, and I'm looking around. What is he doing? He's making a space procedurally generated game. Oh. So I went back and I tweeted back at him. And I say, oh, I get it now. Okay, LOL. Right? So he's sitting there trashing No Man's Sky because he's trying to sell his space.
You got to take out the competition, Cobra.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
I'm just like, you got to be kidding me, man. And I tell you what, he's got a couple of, videos of like what it looks like cruising over top of a planet, but the rest of it is like concept art. And I tell you, it does look good. It's almost like,
what's it called?
Gateway. And it's almost like, it's almost like meeting a pretty girl, not talking about the developer, but the game, right? It's like meeting a pretty girl that has a horrible attitude and hates you. And you're like, oh God, but she's so pretty.
Instead of talking crap on a game, if he's making one, why won't he talk good about it? Because if No Man's Sky is generated like that, if you're talking bad on it, why would people come to your game? And like, there's another game that I've been waiting for. It's Beyond Good and Evil 2.
Oh yeah.
The developer on that, I don't know if you guys seen it, but he showed the scale of it. It's like a 20-minute video.
Yeah, we covered that.
Oh man, dude, like that looks like an exploration game, man. Like that gets me happy.
I was a big fan of the first one, so this
Never
I think
played
this
the
one's gonna be
first.
sick.
Yeah,
It's an old PS2 title, man. I suggest you check it out.
Yeah, we're covering Beyond Good and Evil 2 here on the channel as well. We're getting ready to release another video based on information we know about the city of Ganesh and what it's going to have in it. Super excited to get that out. But yeah, man, great title. I think it's going to have another splash. That's going to be a splash in gaming when it was released. People aren't paying attention to it too much, though.
I don't think it's going to be out for
Nomads
like another
have you
2
been
or 3
playing?
years, though. Honestly, that's just my
Yes, no.
I was just gonna say it was thanks to Cobra that he showed me Beyond Good and Evil 2, that trailer, and I fell in love with it. It was just amazing.
Did you see the gameplay I was talking to you about? The one with the like the main developer. Like that dude's passionate, man. Like
Oh,
you
yeah.
gotta, I don't know if you haven't seen it, you gotta watch it, dude. Like
Yeah, Michelle Ansel.
He gets
Yes.
out of the spaceship and with the monkey and looks at the statue, and the statue didn't look big until he started going in and in and in, and he went on top of the freaking statue, dude. And it was mind blowing.
And then, oh my
I know. The scale of that
And,
game
like,
is just absolutely
That's
amazing.
what makes me nervous too, though, man, because that game looks so big. Like I think that's a next gen game, just like the new game Cyberpunk. I want that to come out, but it's like they're talking like it's gonna be like The Witcher 3.
Yeah,
like
because it's probably gonna be like a cross gen game. Because I remember I read an article. He's mentioned like he said using PS4 and Xbox One as the baseline. So I'm thinking it's gonna be scaled. So there's gonna be the next gen version.
they might do that. I just heard like through like I don't know if you guys watch Digital Foundry, but they're really good analysis people, and they were talking about the PS5 leaks. A lot of them were fake. But the thing is with these, our GPUs are good. They're going to be good, especially the X. But the CPU is the bottleneck, and like having big worlds like that, I think well, like if you buy a game, right, like that game, you'll be able to play it on your PS5, maybe, or your Xbox 2, or whatever the hell they call it. But
right.
I don't know though. I don't think you'll be able to play new PS5 games on your PS4.
Of course,
same with the Xbox,
right?
But
oh, go ahead. Sorry, I was going to say I think one of the biggest things they got to get a hurdle over is the multi-threaded CPUs. So once those start getting cheaper, like AMD is making cheaper.
Well, you can get Ryzen desktop ones for like $99. I heard. Like, not game, not big. But I'm just saying, but we're not going to get the Jaguar ones anymore. But like, just like I said earlier about the Crackdown 3. If you guys watched the video from 2015, how they used, everybody talks like it's like a meme now, like how Xbox with their cloud computing. Okay, all right, but if you see how the developers explain it. They have one building on one server cloud. They have another building on another server cloud, right? So it's fully destructible multiplayer. Once one building blows up and pieces from that building goes to, say, the blue-colored building, then that piece switches to that server hub. So I think they're going to be more next gen with clouds and shit, like because
I think so too. That's a good point. It really
are
is
so big, man. Just like that Beyond Good and Evil, or like it just looks big, man.
A lot of these developers are starting to use something called Lumberyard, and it's kind of like a cloud based type engine, and everywhere is going to be using it. Identity is going to be using it. So I can't wait to see what games are going to be able to do with that. And supposedly they can get like thousands of people in one server with Lumberyard.
You can see. Oh no, good. Sorry, I mean.
No, it's okay. I just wanted to introduce our caller that we have on the show, the Drunken Taco. Tim, how you doing?
I am good. I've just been lingering in the shadows, listening kindly.
Sorry it took me so long to get to you, bud.
It's fine. It's fine, man. I enjoy it.
What brings you on tonight, man?
Well, something that it's messing with my mind a little. And, of course, we've talked about IGN and all that. Now, IGN supposedly leaked or claimed that the update or not the update, but the game was supposed to release earlier. I think it was what, June?
29th.
Something?
June 29th.
Well,
yeah.
They said at the latest, though. That's what I was going to say earlier when because I looked it up when Cobra was talking about that. It says at the latest June 29th, the update could come.
Right.
That don't mean it can come tomorrow, really.
Well, that's what's got me confused is I go to work and the Xbox game is still in our system street dated for July, which made me think maybe whatever date that they leaked claiming that was when the game comes out, that's actually the update date.
They got it from Amazon, from a European Amazon site. It was the Xbox One release date. That's where IGN got it from.
Yeah.
Well, that's a possibility, though, because we have two things. We've got Next, and we've got the release of Xbox, so we could potentially have two different dates, and that they're getting confused in the media, and nobody knows what's what. They're just hearing two different dates. So that's possible. Now, what's leaning me towards believing the June date is how Waking Titan, it's going pretty strong. I mean, it's more subtle, but it's updating.
And I wish I knew what that was.
What's that? Oh, Waking Titan.
I said I wish I knew what that was. I hear all this stuff about like where and like the ARG or whatever. It confuses the shit out of me, man.
Well, let me tell you something. I'm going to explain the ARG real quick. The Waking Titan is just like an alternate reality game that's being played in real life. That is a bunch of puzzles. Sometimes they have us go to live events where we actually have to go to physical places to solve a puzzle. And what it's really doing is it's playing with the lore, No Man's Sky, and it's kind of like bleeding the game into reality a little bit.
So it's not from developers, and it's from community, right? It's not like Sean Murray.
No, it's from the developer. Yeah, no, Sean Murray paid a company called Allison Smith to run an ARG that Hello Games created.
That's who she is. Okay, because I seen your one video with them like voicemails, and that just made me. I was like, okay, I gotta stop watching this. It's just,
it's crazy stuff, and it's really hard to follow. It's really hard to follow if you're not following every video about the updates and everything like that. But it's not necessary. You don't need to follow Waking Titan in order to be involved in the No Man's Sky community. But what confuses me is with the ARG going strong right now and potentially not getting the update until July. That kind of confuses me. So, how's Allison Smith going to keep us entertained with the ARG for that long? I
don't have an answer to that, but just to tell that fella how crazy Waking Titan got, I stayed up till 3:00 in the morning just to watch a guy feed a hamster.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Are you
That's
serious,
crazy stuff, man.
Holy shit.
We listened
I think
to
the
Howard
update-
Stern for hours.
I think the update's coming out May 20th something.
Hey, if you can find it, find the man with the umbrella, and maybe
There's
one day he'll make
definitely
a great
going to be
return.
some image. So before Atlas Rises, like right before, I don't know how many days it was, but a couple days before the update came out. I don't know if it was the day before or a couple days, but they had some images of the update. Some of the ships, and you could kind of see some of the terrain. Yeah. So if this is bigger than Atlas Rises, the Waking Titan might give us like maybe a couple picks or something.
Wasn't it said that it was going to be the biggest update they've done?
Yeah.
So
way bigger than Atlas Rises.
What we're waiting for at the moment is we're about 10 days out from something big happening, I think, on Waking Titan, because the 28th, I think, is the deadline to submit your fake games into Where. So I think something's going to happen on the 28th with all that, and we'll learn more about what Where is. But, Jeremy, we have no idea what Where is. Absolutely nothing. It is really strange. The strangest thing is how they're making it seem like this is actually real this time around. Yeah. Super Lumina was a website that was created. It was a company created for the first Waking Titan that talked about time travel. We all knew that wasn't real, right? But this Where thing is actually being marketed by other developers, real developers like Kit Fox Games and Pop Cannibal are actually advertising Where as a platform that they're going to be developing on on their websites, which is really confusing to me. I know they're playing along with the lore. I know they're playing along with Waking Titan and everything like that. But at the same time, it is just really strange how they're.
This is freaking me out because I've been wanting to see that new movie called Ready Player One, and then like that, it just makes me feel like that's this or something, man. Like being able to be in like No Man's Sky, like in VR or some shit. It's crazy, man. Thinking about all that.
Yeah.
I sent WearTech an email. The info. I sent the WearTech an email about claiming like. Talking about my channel, the Drunken Taco, and saying that I would be more than happy to show off their product once if they wanted to, and yada yada yada. And I haven't heard anything back from them yet, but I made it very official and stuff sounding to just see what they'd say.
Well, that's cool. That's cool. But with Waking Titan, you know, how the question is, how can they keep us entertained until June or July? You know what I'm saying? It's like that's
maybe
that's gonna be
like I don't know if you guys know this. Like Xbox, they do this they just started this insider thing. Each month they do a show, and they put like State of Decay 2 that's coming out next month, which I can't wait for. That was on there with some stuff, and like maybe they'll do it through that. But I'm not sure what Tencent is, because if it's coming out on Tencent and Microsoft, I'm not sure what I know Tencent Publishing is a lot of stuff in China, but like is it like a Sony and a Microsoft, or is it just a company that puts money out to publish games? Like
it's like Steam. It's Steam, but it's bigger. It's bigger than Steam.
Yeah, Tencent
So have they ever put trailers out or anything? That's what I mean. Like if they ever done trailers or
it's just
that's what I meant.
It's just like Steam.
Right.
So Steam
is more like a marketplace, basically.
Believe it or not, Tencent is technically the world's largest video game company.
They own a lot of shit in China. Like they own a lot of stuff in China. But like, so that's all right. So that makes it clear then. So what if Microsoft actually put the trailer out on their Inside Xbox? That's once a month, and next month we'll have another one. I can't remember what days they do it on. They just announced it. They just had one. So I'm thinking they might do it, man. Like on there. Since you're saying like, what's the next thing? Like, what if Wear or whatever? I mean, what if they did something through that? That would be cool, I think, because it's it's their own platform. It's on YouTube. You can watch it through YouTube or your Xbox.
So I got a question for everybody.
Go ahead.
Okay, so everybody, put your tinfoil hats on. All right, put your tinfoil hats on.
Okay.
Tinfoil hat underwear. Your tinfoil hat pants.
I don't take my tinfoil hat off.
Okay, everybody got their tinfoil.
Baby. Where did I put my tinfoil?
What if Wear is real, okay, but not in the way we think? What if it's like a code name for like the new game engine that they're gonna be putting out for No Man's Sky? Like, what if it's a completely new engine?
Ooh, I was getting ready to say that.
Yeah, because we've been running. It seems like we're running into a lot of trouble with like the procedural generation, and we're having to reset everything. What if Wear is like their new, just procedurally generated program, and they're using the guy from maybe a Lionhead to kind of help with
and that's what I was saying earlier, dude, about Microsoft doing the cloud shit they just started buying. They just bought a lot of technology, man. What if they're using some of that?
Exactly. But the thing is, what if they change the name of Appearance to Wear?
What if Wear is attacking Loop 16, right? And that's why it's saying defend the Monarch. And it's asking us for help.
Loop 16 is asking for help. So I think that is the case. But Sam Swain works at Hello Games, and he's developing an engine for procedural generation for cities and structures and dungeons and all kinds of things. And I believe he's one of the companies that Hello Games made Hello Labs for to help fund and help develop procedurally generated experimental games. But he's also, not only that, but he's also employed there. So he also said that he's now able to work on Appearance and work at his full-time job at the same exact time. So I think that's going to be implemented into the next update. And what if, and his engine's called Appearance, so what if he changed the name from Appearance to Wear?
Wow. Could be.
What is the game that we're currently using in No Man's Sky? Like, is there a name for it? Like the current No Man's Sky engine?
A lot of math.
I think they're using the Havoc engine, aren't they?
Just for physics.
Yeah, they created their own engine. They created their entire engine from scrap. I can't remember. I think he actually did give it a name a long time ago, but I can't remember what it was.
Well,
Did it start with a V?
No, huh?
Okay.
Oh, I remember. I remember that in an interview he said he just sat down and started writing code.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This would be the perfect time for
they
Sean
could
Murray to
easily
just jump on the call
have
and
the-
say, "Mind blown."
Has anybody ever watched any of their GDC talks? You know, their conferences and talking to other programmers and stuff, and really listened to a lot of things that they talk about in the math and the way they do things and build stuff.
It's not easy, especially
amazing.
procedurally generated, man.
All the stuff
Lot
they
of
go through. I
stuff.
mean, you have to give it up to them for what they've accomplished. It's unreal, especially with starting with 4 people and then adding on. I just hope that really after this update, depending on how big it is, hopefully they don't sit on their laurels. And I really think you won't. I really
As
think
somebody that never played
Yeah.
the game, I would like cities and stuff. Not lived in cities, like, because I doubt that could do that just because how big it is. But I heard some of you guys, I'm not sure who,
Underground
that
cities.
you wouldn't
tell me,
like
man.
cities and
Underground
stuff. But
yeah,
like they're trying to make it a real place. So like, you know, what if what if we found planets that like Earth, or you know, that were, I don't know, like, you know, apocalypse, you know, like, or you know, where you can explore cities, and like, I'm not sure how it would work, but I would like dungeons and stuff as an Xbox person that never played the game,
Right.
and not just a planet with nothing. But I can't say that 'cause I never played it, so I'm pretty sure there's stuff there, but
Well, when you
go
even
into
different biomes would be nice.
yeah.
Because like think of it, you're like the Sahara Desert, and there's actual sand that like moves as the wind
Oh,
blows.
yeah.
So you're going into a swamp, and you can actually start like sinking in quicksand.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know,
No,
like
biomes,
bogs
like
and
you know
stuff.
Minecraft.
You know what I want so bad? I want the. I was kind of sad they didn't have that part in the game when it came out, but I think they'll eventually add it again. Is when you go into a planet and it tells you what the oxygen levels or whatever carbon or whatever kind of atmosphere it has.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would
Imagine
be.
being able to drill for like stuff like oil. I doubt that's probably going out there, but just imagine being able to drill for stuff for like materials.
Well, they have
You know.
like a thing that you can craft to like mine resources on its own.
Yeah, I
can't remember
know
what it's
that.
called.
Oh, okay, all right. So then, well, I
Yeah,
guess
it's like
I think what he's talking about is underground resources.
yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah, like
Like you're drilling for coal or natural gas. Or
yeah.
something.
Right
A
now.
liquid resource of some kind. Just any type of
Or exocraft that you can like drive underground with
Right,
like a
'cause right
giant
now-
drill bit on it.
Drill.
Because like right now, there's really no reason to kind of go underground unless you're just sightseeing. Really, there's not like
No,
nothing.
I'd like to have a proper submarine.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
that would be neat.
That's why I'm saying, guys, underground cities. It would give us a reason to use our little terrain manipulator. You know, we're walking around,
Yeah.
we see a little thing pointing out of the ground. We start
Or
digging.
building
It's
your
the
own
top of
cities,
like a
man.
skyscraper.
Like having
Exactly.
your friends come in your city to live, or I doubt that happen. But like needing resources to live, like gas, and like imagine you need so much. I doubt people would like that, like maybe the hardcore, but casuals probably wouldn't like all.
Right now, you do need a specific resource to live, especially if you're playing on survival mode or
Yeah, that's what I'll be
permadeath.
playing on, man. I love survival. I don't like creative type games. I like being able to I don't know. Like I wouldn't play
Jeremy.
permadeath. I don't think. But
Jeremy, I got to tell you this right now, and I don't know if there's many people out there that agree with me, but survival is the mode to play.
Yes,
You have to be
yeah.
careful. You have to be extremely careful. I've devoted an entire series called Revenge of the Survivor. Now it's a role play, right? But it's a goofy Mr. Magoo type explorer goofing around and survival mode. Now people, when they watch it for the first time, they're like, "This guy don't know how to play." But if you think about it, I've survived forever. It's
who
all
says which way to play?
It's all an
your own
act,
experience. Yeah.
So if I'm so goofy, I wouldn't have been able to continue the survival series for as long as it has. But I tell you, you have to be careful with survival when you first start out. You have to. It is the best thing that I've ever played in No Man's Sky. Like
Bicycle Walrus had a great video on how to start out. He calls it the walk.
Yes, the walk. Don't run.
Yes, walk, don't run.
I love creative mode.
It's all about how to gather your resources, and he says, then save your game and prepare for the walk.
Like, I just been like waiting, man. Like I watched the review. Like I'm the type of person, like I hate watching videos something I haven't played. Like because I don't want to spoil nothing for myself. But like knowing how some of this stuff works, you know, that's cool. But I think I'm gonna try it out without seeing nothing and just go with it. And then if I do need some help, I'll probably watch some videos. Like I've wanted to play this game for so long. You know, the saltiness in me when Sony just had it, I was like, oh, screw that. You know, I don't want to play it. But you know, deep down, I really did. But you know, there was no reason to try. You know, other than to go out and buy another PS4. But I wasn't really ready for that. But yeah, I don't know, man. I'm excited for it, man.
Yeah, man. You should just jump in and like don't read any like guides or anything. Just jump in and try it out for yourself. I remember when I first started playing the vanilla version, I would like every day I'd make a new video. I'd vlog my experience. Be like, so I finally completed my ship. I finally got to a space station, and then I got to the space station and so a ship. I got stuck inside my ship because it like landed on me. And it glitched, and I was like stuck in my space station. I couldn't move.
I just don't want to miss nothing. Like I heard Cobra saying there's 30-hour story. This is what I'm scared about, and hopefully you guys can encourage me with something. But you said there's a story. Like how do you get the story? Because like since it's so big, can I pass the story up on Add?
No.
All right.
No.
Okay.
No,
you can't.
Cool. It'll guide you.
Because it's like you can go either way you want, so it's like how are they gonna? Okay, all right, that makes it feel better. Because I'm the first where I go.
Generated.
It'll prompt you for the story. The only thing that's like really searchable that you have to explore is the lore. You know, you got to go to the monoliths and some of the abandoned buildings and talk to the NPCs to gather that lore and do the Atlas path and things like that. But the story mode, you'll get prompted for that. And it's very guided. Yeah. You will.
I get off track a lot, man, in games. Like as I was saying, Far Cry 5. I'm not in the last part.
If you get shiny object syndrome pretty easy, this is the game for you.
Yeah. But see, if you get sidetracked when you're in the middle of doing the story, it's so easy to go right back to it. Like you can quit playing the story for months and do whatever you want, and then look down in the bottom right-hand corner, and it tells you what you're supposed to do for the story.
Yeah, and there's like a little logbook too, and
you got a logbook too that you can check.
All right,
I want to talk about.
Go
ahead.
I got one more question. I'll shut up for a minute. All right, the Atlas Pass. I've been wanting to ask this since I met all you guys, especially you, Cobra. Okay, I had to look it up because it was bugging me so bad. You said they're sending Atlas passes out. Then I look, and then it shows you how to get an Atlas pass. So are these Atlas passes like real in your mail or like?
Okay. So there's Atlas passes in the game, right?
Okay.
That you can get level 1, 2, and 3. Now
I know
level 4. There's a level 4 one that is part of the ARG that has a certain CSD code that is your identifier. This was where I don't think new people can get it because I think what they already sent out to 10,000 or people signed up and they already printed what they're going to print for the Atlas passes.
That was my question then. So how is it coming to 10 cent and then PS4 or Xbox and not being able to get that Atlas?
Well, this has nothing to do with gameplay.
I think
gotcha. It's just for the ARG.
Yeah, it's like them because it's just them showing appreciation for kind of like G1ers, I guess.
I feel stupid now, man. I was like, how are they sending stuff out in real life? I was getting confused, man. All right, it's okay.
Yeah, it's going to be used for the ARG. It's going to be used for puzzling and things like that. It has nothing to do with gameplay. Maybe I should make a little video about that so people understand. We got a donation from Panda Poopy. Just in case you forgot about me, Saucy Panda. No, I didn't forget about you. Are you trying to get on the show? I don't think he's trying to get on the show.
I just remember something.
But I want to talk about Adam's experience that he had with No Man's Sky, and I think it's one of the best I've ever heard. So Adam bought it, And I knew Adam before, you know, from watching his YouTube channel and commenting, and he does an awesome job at shouting people out and reading people's comments. A really cool inclusion on his channel. So if you want to check him out, go check out Keep Calm and Game On. But Adam bought the game because he heard all the negativity and he wanted to play it. So he's playing it, and I see these posts all the time on Facebook groups and No Man's Sky. He's like, guys, this is a great game. Why is everybody talking crap about it? You know, he's playing it, and all of a sudden he comes on the show and he goes, man, I love this game. And then he finds out he's been playing the vanilla version, and we're already 2 updates in.
Oh, wow. It's true.
Wow.
It's true. Okay, so here's what happened. Okay, so I bought the game, right, off of some shady website, like G2A.com or whatever. They gave me a key. I think I paid like $30 for it, because at that time it was like $60. It was never going on sale. So I'm like, this looks legit. So I bought it. It worked for a while, but it turns out it was like I only had the vanilla version and it wasn't able to update. So I kept playing, I kept streaming, and everyone's like, dude, have you got this yet? Or like, why does the graphics look dated? I'm like, I don't know, man. I'm like, I'm just playing the game how I bought it. I'm like, I don't think you got this, like, this story mission or something. Like, I'm sure I'll unlock this new kind of ship soon, or I'll unlock these base building mechanics eventually. And they're like, no, bro, something's wrong. I'm like, no, man, something's wrong with you. And I'm just blocking that. And then I figure out that I got like some pirated copy, but I'm still out there posting videos. I'm like, dude, this game is sweet. I don't know what people are talking about. And I was playing the vanilla version. And then that's what I'm saying about Sean Murray, about like he kept releasing updates, because I'm like, I've been playing the vanilla version so long, and then I finally get the real version, paid $60 for it, and then I play the first update. I'm like, dude, now I got to figure this all out. And then the next update drops. I'm like, stop, Sean, stop. But I was still having so much fun playing the vanilla version. So
what's the difference in your opinion then? Like from somebody that never played, what's your, from the vanilla version that everyone hated supposedly to the updates that you got? What's the biggest difference that you know, or that you've seen and played?
Honestly, I can't even remember what the game was like before the updates, because I've just been like base building. I've experimented with my base building a little bit, but that was like after 100 hours into it, because I just go to different planets and explore.
Essentially, Jeremy.
Yeah, same here.
Essentially, what we got released was a ambient. I would call it an experience more than a game, right? It had some story quests, like the Atlas Path.
Sean Murray did compare it to Journey, which is
right. Exactly. Yes. Perfect. But now, after all the updates, it's a game. There's game mechanics in it to where it makes it feel like a structured game.
That makes me feel better about Sea of Thieves, man, because so many people's talking so much crap on that. I've played it. I put about 30, 40 hours into it, maybe even more. I don't know, because I played the alpha and the beta for that. But like games nowadays, I would rather have a game come out, which people won't agree with this, a lot of people, but service games is where it's at, I think. Not that you pay for, because No Man's Sky, nobody's paid for no updates. Sea of Thieves are going to be all free updates. So when they do, when they did this roadmap, I think it was yesterday or the day before, I can't remember. There was a lot of content coming, like for a game that is not charging you for a season pass. Or I'd rather have games come out empty and get feedback from the community than to release a game people ain't gonna like.
Yeah,
that's how I think about it, at least.
To the Xbox player that hasn't played the game before, I'm gonna make a sentence that every one of us is gonna agree with. Beware the crab monster.
No,
I agree.
Beware of lasher plants. Watch out for the lasher plants.
Oh, kill them with fire. Kill them with fire.
Isn't there like a worm like arc? A sandworm like Ark Survival Evolved.
Oh,
in the next episode.
Oh,
somewhere in the future. Somewhere in the future.
Hey, I can make jokes too. I remember hearing you guys talk about that a few live streams ago.
Oh my god!
Did anybody? Funny. Did you guys talk about the fact that the Where ARG thing, the sign up thing? Someone could win. I think it's $1,000, and 5 people will get, I think, like a prototype of probably like a fake Wear headset. Just for a show. Did you guys talk about that?
We didn't talk. Well, we talked about it a little bit. We didn't touch on the $1,000 and the dev kits. I
for the
don't
trailers?
see. That's where I'm just so confused about where, how they're really trying super hard to make this thing look so real. And
I know.
it's different than any of the other Waking Titan sites like Super Lumina and Myriad, and where they talked about sending the satellites into space and things like that. Well, this one has a social media impact with other developers and actually saying that they're going to give you $1,000 and dev kits. So I don't. The more and more I talk about this, the more and more it feels like they changed a parent's the name to where. I don't know, man. I really don't.
So it
I
could
can't
be a
wait.
new game engine. It could be.
Yeah,
Dev
it could
kits
be.
sound like the dev kit that people get for like developing like for Xbox, PS4. Like, is that like that type of a dev kit? Like,
No, I just think it's just like the Atlas passes. I think someone will actually, because they're going to make a lot of money
T-shirt.
with the game. So someone's going to get $1,000, and 5 people are going to get like, a cool accessory. It looks just like the thing from the ARG, but it's obviously not real. But you'll still get to show off your friends. Be like, oh look, I got a rare headset.
Somebody on Twitter had mentioned something to me about during the Hamster, when we were all staying up all those nights watching the Hamster. When Kylo Bob came back in and he opened up that box, there was a check. Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He showed off a check. Now, I wonder if that check was $1,000, and I wonder what it says, who it says it's made out to, or who it's from, or what company who's writing the check.
It needs to make it up to me. I'm broke.
Who's the guy that just went into the space with the car? It's probably from him.
Elon Musk.
Yeah, that's who it's from, guys.
This chump change for Elon Musk.
All right.
It'd be
But
creepy
use
if
the
it's from
$1,000
Super
bills.
Lumina.
I cannot wait to see what's going on with Ware. I can't wait to the 28th. I think we're going to learn more about Ware on the 28th. I don't know. It's super confusing to me. Guys, we're probably going to be shutting down the show right now. And Adam, are you going to have a sub chat?
Yes, I will be streaming afterwards on my channel. Might be playing survival or just normal mode or just exploring with creative. I don't know, but yeah, we'll have the chat up there and we can chat and whatnot. So.
Okay, awesome. So if you guys are interested, Adam's going to be streaming some No Man's Sky, and what he likes to do is he likes to get you guys into the chat, and then he reads the chat and talks to you that way. So it's almost like this show here. Instead of coming on the show on the call, you guys can just go into
all
the chat.
text-based. Yeah, text-based.
Yeah, exactly. So
because I have a hard enough time figuring out what I'm doing in the game. If I have all these voices, I'm gonna just go in circles, Cobra. Just go in circles.
It's fun, man. I've always promised people that I would always reply to everybody's comment, and when I realized that was getting kind of difficult, I thought I'll just bring them on and talk to them. Heck with it.
Oh yeah.
Hey, it turned out to be a novel idea.
Oh yeah, it's great.
I do my streams too. I try to reply to everybody's comment and interact with them. I encourage them to ask me questions.
Definitely.
And Cobra, going back to what you said at the beginning of the show about like this is going to be a big update, I think you're right, but it might be a big update if it's going to be a big update because we make it a big update. Like if Hello Games gives us the tools to like build hubs and all this stuff and the multiplayer and it works great, we're going to build this ourselves. Like we're going to define what this update is, and in that way, it's going to be big. So if they give
really
us
hope you're right.
That's what's going to make it for us.
I want to talk. I want to add
what you're hoping for is for Hello Games to give us some infrastructure.
Exactly.
Right. I want to add to that in a real quick, Adam. Marky Mark, thank you so much. He donated $10 and said, "Oops, wrong button." Thank you, buddy. But Adam, I think you're right. A few weeks or months ago, we were talking about what does No Man's Sky need to be sustainable and to where we're not living update to update, waiting for that next update. And I think you're right. It needs to be an update to where we can add to the game itself instead of an update adding something for us to do for a few months and then we play through it and then it's over. So I love that comment you just made.
Yeah, if they give us the toolbox, we become the developer and we make the story.
Yeah.
Give you the tools to make your own journey.
So this can be a big update if we make it a big update, or it can just be tiny if we decide not to use the tools they're probably going to give us, and we just like, okay,
Exactly.
So it's up to the community, and it's always been about the community. That's why this game is still going, because of the community. So
exactly.
I have a quick question. Do they listen to you guys? Like the last few updates, have they put stuff in that you guys wanted?
Oh yes, they listen.
All right. So what are so give me 3 things that you guys want.
Sandworms.
Multiplayer. What else?
I want just better optimization on PC. Just all around.
So
more variation.
So if you got one of those things, would you guys be happy?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm happy now. Yeah.
Oh, we're definitely gonna get.
But what
one
I'm
of
saying
those
though, if
better,
they're
sure.
listening to you, you know what I mean. So, so either way, it's going to be good. If they're going to give you at least one, hopefully they give you all of them. But if they're listening to you guys since the launch, they're going to do that. But
yeah, and they
listening to us right now.
It seems minor, but I'm just hoping for proper rotational and orbital mechanics.
I think that's going to be there because it was there during the Anthony Carboni gameplay. I showed that in my last one of my last videos. The rotation was there. But Jeremy, they've actually told me in private chat and things like that they do watch our show here. So
yeah,
that's cool.
And one of us could be from Hello Games, and you might not even know.
Hey,
I might be from Hello Games right now.
Be somebody from Hello Names. You never know.
It's Sean Murray with the voice changer.
Yeah, Jeremy's the guy from Hello Games to try and get a positive spin on Xbox. So he's coming on representing Xbox, saying, "Yeah, I want to play this game."
Guys, you all get at. Hey, you always.
That's awesome.
That'd be funny.
Everybody remember, and I'm sorry, Snow. What? Your voice is so light.
Oh, sorry. I was just gonna add one last thing that I would like to see in the next update. What's the smidge of speculation? If that's alright.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Go ahead, buddy.
So you remember those breaches, those giant rings on a stand, as I would like to call them? What if those are connected to those, what are they called? Those, giant, I think you call them trade stations in one of your other episodes or other videos. Yeah. So it's basically those giant triangular-shaped trade stations.
Oh my goodness!
Those are connected
in what way?
Trade stations, and those are what are used to power. The breaches are used to power up this trade station, and perhaps use that as a space city.
That's cool.
You just made me think of something. Those giant indoor space stations that they show. We just got a guy that builds procedural cities. What if those are the cities? You land inside of it, and the inside of it is procedurally generated differently.
Oh man,
and
you're getting me too hyped right now.
Oh man,
I was actually thinking about that. Like, what if they, instead of just certain things being procedurally generated, like the space stations, the outside looks is procedurally generated. You get round ones, you get triangle ones, this, that, whatever. But on the inside, every one of them are the same. So what if it was completely generated? The places you go into on the planets, the space stations themselves, everything procedurally generated.
That one you showed was awesome, I think. I can't remember what it really looked like. You showed it on one of your live streams or like your shows. It looks like it has like a mouth on it. Like it's a real tall structure.
Oh yeah.
That
is my most requested feature. Cool. That's my. I would take those things over multiplayer. I would.
That
what if those things are like indoor like settlements, like where NPCs live, like those giant huge structures, and they
or
like
your friends, man, or your friends. Never know if they could be in everybody's world and have your own room or something, man.
Oh, that'd be so freaking
never
cool.
know, dude.
Heck yeah.
My last thing I wanted to say was, I think whatever is going to be in the game, what I think is going to be in the game will be whatever Cobra was showing on before the Atlas Rises update. We were looking at one of the artists at Hello Games and he was making some of those space station buildings, but also like lots of other kind of buildings and just really cool stuff. I think a lot of that might actually be in the update.
I really hope so.
Yeah,
I really do.
Me too.
Yeah. With Sam Swain being there, I think there's a lot of good and a lot of truth in hoping for something like that. I think Sam Swain's not going to be wasted. He's definitely going to be used.
And if not next, eventually later down the road for sure. But yeah,
right.
So
exactly.
No, they got him. They got him in plenty of time for him to have an impact on next.
Oh, sure. Yeah. And then just think about all the assets that they never used that we've seen, in the past. They'll make it in there eventually.
I don't know a lot about game development, but I know that game developers don't like to toss assets away.
Exactly. Guys,
in that book,
everybody,
that art book too. I only had two more things too. A bunch of my buddies want me to go play PUBG anyways, but two more quick things. You said Adam has a YouTube. What's your YouTube, Adam?
If you just search "Keep Calm and Game On," you'll find me. I think the link is down in the description of this video. I think. Just search "Keep Calm and Game On." It's gonna take me like 5 minutes to set things up because I am in my closet again, streaming from my closet. So I gotta jump back.
Hey guys, I'm in a closet.
And one more thing. One thing I did want to know about this game. There's that big thing about you being able to claim your own planets and claim your own creatures. Is that still real? Was that one of the things that was in the game? Right? Like, could you see somebody else's planet that they named or their creature that they named?
Absolutely. Still do that right now.
Yeah. Yeah, cool. Yeah. All right. But yeah, hey, I gotta go though, guys. But I had a blast, man. Hopefully I can come on again, and I'm not as nervous now. But it's like my first podcast that I was ever on.
Definitely, bud. It's
welcome to the community, man.
It was great getting to know all you guys.
Yeah, we welcome
you, man.
TV.
Yep, take care. You're always welcome on the show, bud.
All right, guys. Talk to you later.
All right, see you, buddy.
Later.
Yeah.
Stuart, thank you so much in the chat. # Stuart What a Cobra for the donation. Guys, listen, we're going to go ahead and end it. I want to stress that everybody in the chat subscribe to everybody. I don't care if they don't upload. Subscribe to them. We need to be a constellation, and we're a community, but I think it's cooler to think of ourselves as a constellation, a bunch of stars grouped together. So let's support each other.
Safety in numbers. When the trolls come out.
That's right. Yeah. So subscribe to everybody. Everybody, shout yourself out in the chat. See if we can get everyone to subscribe to everybody. Let's support.
It's going to be all interconnected. That's going to be difficult.
Huh?
Just saying, if one person subscribes to everybody in this chat, and another person subscribes to everybody else in the chat, that's going to take a lot of subscribers.
We're going to be loaded up.
Follow Twitter. Follow each other on Twitter and all that too.
So we've got Keep Calm Game On. Go check out his stream. He's getting ready to stream here in just a minute. Then we've got, let's see, who else?
The Drunken Taco.
The Drunken Taco is also with us. The Drunken Taco, man, he's got an amazing stream over there. It's really funny. You never know what you're gonna get.
It's not family friendly, but it's awesome.
Yeah, it's not family friendly, and even sometimes I don't even know what's getting ready to come out of my mouth. So,
if you want to see somebody completely and utterly black out while they're playing No Man's Sky, just go.
I'm the place to go.
I gotta
see this. If you see a title of a video that says "Drunk Cast," there you go.
Cobra, I'm gonna have to hop out here.
Okay, buddy. Okay.
Later, Jason.
Bye,
you guys
Jason.
have a good one.
Bye, Jason.
All right, you too, man. Take care. Stay safe. We also we had the Drunken Taco. John, do you upload?
I do, not consistently.
Okay, you want to shout out your channel real quick?
Sure. Super Sig Media. There's no spaces. So if you want to look that up.
Okay, Super Sig Media with no spaces. Yeah. Okay.
I'm thinking about doing a video soon called, No Man's Sky is my favorite game. That's what it's going to be titled. I'm thinking about that. So
sweet. Make sure you tweet it at me when you get done with it.
Cool.
Okay, bud. And then we've got Brian. Brian, do you upload?
I'm in the process of doing it. I'm a musician. I have my own music studio and everything, and I'm working on getting actually getting some music for No Man's Sky. to put out to the public and stuff like that. Just my own passion project myself. But
okay.
I'm looking at getting that up. I'm painting my studio right now, so I can have videos put up and everything. But once I do, I'll have it up. I have a YouTube channel, but I can't remember what I put. Brian K. Moore. That might be the one. I don't know. I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out later.
Okay, man. Awesome. Then we've got Explore Life. You got a YouTube channel, right?
I do.
All right. Shout that out, man.
Yeah, it's just exploring life. I've been starting to make ocean videos. My whole entire channel is about trying to explore life. I'm trying to get the platinum trophy for the game, so I'm trying to get all the milestones for the life forms, which takes a long time and it could be annoying sometimes, but it's really fun. And yeah, I'm gonna upload kind of like a trailer, like you were talking about. It's kind of been my idea for a while, having a montage of very beautiful planets, and it's gonna have I'll give you a hint, it's gonna have Willy Wonka song, but I'm not gonna tell you which one.
Awesome, very awesome, dude.
Yeah.
That reminds me, everybody, make a fan trailer for No Man's Sky and put it online, put it on the internet, so that way we need to flood YouTube with fan-made trailers. But don't deceive anybody. Make sure that, you put it in there saying that's fan trailer, so that way when people go searching for it, they can see the current version of the game, a current trailer. And we'll do this until 505 Games decides to release a trailer for the game. Super excited to see how they're going to market and how they're going to advertise for this. And it is strange with Waking Titan going on at the same time and them needing to advertise to get people excited. I don't know how they're going to actually do this. It seems like a conundrum. Let's see. We've got okay. That's it. That's it on everybody's channels, right? I didn't forget anybody. Snow,
that's everybody.
You got a channel. Snow?
I have a channel, but I don't upload anything. Sorry.
Oh, okay. All right.
I should probably fix that.
Yeah, you should
upload.
Fix that.
No, you should do it.
Come on, man.
Hey, Cobra, I just wanted to ask
Teach
this
me
real
to
quick.
upload and I'll do it. I mean, teach me to edit things and I'll do it.
Hey,
Go ahead.
Cobra, do you still take in music from other people as far as putting at the beginning?
Oh, yes.
Okay, I already have one song that I wanted to put with No Man's Sky. Do I just send it via email or?
Yeah, you can send it to me through email. It's xcobra.tv@gmail.com.
Okay, cool. I guess
simple.
I'll send it as an MP3 or something, or waveform. I'm not really sure.
Awesome, dude. I really thank you, man. That's going to be a pleasure having that on the show here, man.
Awesome.
Yes, I just found a taco to eat. Sorry.
Wow. Sit at the couch.
Perfect way to end the show.
Brian, make sure when you send it to me, if you want anything in the description, as a contributor to the channel, make sure you send that with me too, like a link to your channel or a link to your SoundCloud or whatever else.
Yes, yeah, I have a SoundCloud account, so I can definitely do it that way. Matter of fact, I think it is on SoundCloud. It's just I've been moving and I've got data on different hard drives and all that stuff, so it's taken me a little while to get everything back together.
Okay.
So as soon as I do, I definitely will send it to you.
All right, definitely, man. Make sure you put the link in the email.
I sure will.
Okay.
Again, you're awesome, dude. Appreciate what you do,
buddy.
man.
Thank you, man. So are you. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, everybody, we're going to go ahead and shut it down for tonight. Thank you so much for coming out. This has been an amazing show. Met an Xbox player, talked about some speculation of next in the relaunch. Remember, this is a relaunch of No Man's Sky. It's launching again to the same size or bigger than it did the first time around. So this is a big deal. This is a second go at the launch with the two platforms, one bigger than Steam. 200 million players on 10-cent Wii game and a new console, Xbox. So this is a big deal, and it's okay to get excited. No Man's Sky can only go up, right?
Yes.
Can only go up.
That's it.
So,
Dear Hello Games,
trailers
I
plus
love
content of trailers, all times 3.
And guys,
That's
like the videos, subscribe to Cobra's channel. Thanks to everybody that donated. I know Cobra really appreciates it. And yeah, just thanks for showing up.
Awesome.
Thanks for having us.
Check out
In
Adam
fact, this
Stream.
is my first channel
Thanks,
that I
Cobra.
donated to. My
No
first
problem, guys.
donation too.
Yes, thank you so much, Snow. I really do appreciate that, man. That was awesome of you, and you're such a Cobra dude. Means a lot to me. Stuart in the chat is asking, when does the stream get uploaded? It uploads immediately as soon as I hit stop streaming, but it processes forever because it's this is going to be like almost a 3-hour stream, so it's going to take a while for it to get online. I don't have to push anything. It's just automatic. So just keep checking, I guess. It's going to be a while. It's going to be a long while.
I hope we're all prepared for the Great Reset.
It sounds like Far Cry 5 to me, like something that would be from Far Cry 5.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's
awesome. Okay, Snow, again, thank you so much, man. I really do appreciate it, dude. I really do. Everybody, have a good night. And I will see you all.
Yeah, thanks, Cobra.
Next time.
Take it easy, Cobra.
Have a good night, everybody.
Take it, guy.
Good night.
Bye-bye.
Later.
Bye, everybody.
All right, bye.
May the Guardians watch over you.
And when we ship the game, not everything will be possible, but this is a game I think we're going to be making for quite a while, you know, even after it comes out.
What's going on, Cobras? You have landed on Cobra TV, the only galactic radio station in the Euclid Galaxy.
You have these people that are going to be able to buy this game on Xbox, and they are being actively driven away by people who haven't played this game in the last year. They're going off of this whole idea that, like, Sean Murray lied in 2016, and they're still using that to steer people away from No Man's Sky. And it's an unfair criticism. We have to be louder than the people that are talking about 2016 and driving away potential, new members of our community in the Xbox crowd for something that, one, wasn't true then and is especially no longer true.